we live.
He is France. I am Vlad, and this is Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast. Today we have an amazing show for you. If you see this bucket hat, you know that this is the recap hat. But today we don't got just one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 recaps for you. We got Homecoming. We got Panic Room 7. We got Cancel Christmas, and we got Culture 6. All right, today's show is brought to you by letstalkbattlerap.com. That is our website where you can get the latest articles, event recaps, battle ratings, artist profiles, stats, and facts. That's letstalkbattlerap.com. Follow us on all socials at LTBR Podcast and subscribe, like, comment on YouTube. All right, now that we got all of that out of the way, I would like to present to you my main man, Big France. This is a Mega Monday. What up, player?
Mega Monday podcast. We's in the building. I was in the building. I was outside all weekend, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Had different out for Friday,
I was
Saturday,
in the cribbling,
Sunday.
man. I was in the cribbling.
I wish I was in the cribbling. You know what I'm saying? Man, next time around, you're not gonna get me for 3 days. So enjoy it while it lasted. But I definitely pulled up to Cancel Christmas on Friday. You know what I'm saying? I had to work overnight Saturday, so I couldn't go nowhere. But I made sure to pull up to the URL face-offs. My man JB's birthday. Again, happy birthday to JB, the director.
Happy birthday, big dog.
You know, so then on Sunday, obviously, I went to Homecoming. You know what I'm saying? And here we are, man. Monday night, we're gonna talk. We got write-ups on right. We got the Chrome write-up out Saturday. All right, Homecoming should be out, I think, tomorrow.
Boy,
you know what I'm saying?
Sweatshop working, man. LTBR Sweatshop is working OT right now, man.
Me and Smoke got something planned for ibattle and Queen of the Ring too. So everybody gonna get some love.
All right,
so, you know we're gonna talk about Smoke. Some of the battlers came up to me talking about Smoke over the weekend. We're gonna talk about all my conversations at these events too. It was a lot of fun stuff to talk about.
Tonight, man, like I said, this is our new thing, man. This is Mega Mondays. All right, man. We're gonna get into everything. Tonight is gonna be a very special stream. You know how we do LTBR on the late night tip. So buckle up. Get what you need to get, man. We about to have some fun. So, France, let's not delay any longer, man. The people want to talk about Homecoming 2. That is where we are going to begin. First of all, let's talk about the ambiance, Irving Plaza, the scene. You were there. Let's set the sights because you know, man, we're not local jokers. We got people all around the world. So there are people in South Africa, Germany, Switzerland, Zimbabwe, South America who want to know what was it like to be up in the piece. What did it smell like up in there and everything? So let's let everybody know, man, what it was like up in the building, player.
Man, you know, went to Irving Plaza last year, and I was URL's first time being back in Irving in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that were on this card hadn't been in an Irving Plaza since 2017 if they weren't on the previous Homecoming. You know, so they're making a return after 5-6 years, and there were people outside at 8 a.m. just like as if there was a Jordan release. You know what I'm saying? I thought those days was over. I thought we moved past those days already. I thought we knew to conserve our feet and energy already, especially with a place like Irving where there's no seats.
Post-pandemic, go ahead.
There's no seats for the mortals.
Oh, listen, relax, player. All right, man, relax, okay? Just because you and a few other folks got seats, you need to chill out, all right, man?
I too once was a mortal.
All right, before you get humbled, okay?
Now I am in the Illuminati. Now I am in the Illuminati.
Hey, man, listen, we didn't sell out. We bought in, all right? So
I sold out.
But relax, player. No, man, but I can't believe this, man. Post-pandemic, people still linking up at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
8 a.m. outside. What is going smoking and drinking before they even get the breakfast in? This is bananas, man. Only URL does this. The fanatics show up for this joint, man.
Yeah. The ambiance was 100. You know what I'm saying? The doors opened at 2. Even was supposed to, I think the stream started at 3. So, you know, you got to give that thing an hour. You know what I'm saying? When they say something, I'm like, it's an hour. You know what I'm saying? And let it be delayed, all right? We just had 3 events the last 2 days. I need to sleep and I need to recharge. I need to get breakfast. Probably gonna eat one time before you go into this venue, and you don't eat again unless you're gonna eat popcorn at Urban Plaza. That's all they got. All they got is popcorn there. You know what I'm saying? We got that at 3. We left at midnight. You know what I'm saying? But the energy was on 100, man. You know what I'm saying? So many people were in the building.
It felt like it, man. It felt like, you know what? The way that the weekend led up, normally you would feel that a Sunday event, we speak about this all the time. A Sunday event is just so, like, oh, why? Why are we doing this? But because we had a warm up on Friday and then Saturday and then Sunday, we're like, okay, we're still looking for that fix, because we didn't really get them fixes on Friday or Saturday. We're gonna get to that, but Sunday we're still anticipating, like, all right, we could get that fix. So I was still just as excited as if this was a Saturday event. I don't know, and I could also feel that through the stream also, like it was live.
Yeah. Energy was through the roof. You know what I'm saying? So the stage was set for the first battle to take place, Swamp and Castro. You know what I'm saying? And a lot to unpack with this battle, mainly because the way they were talking to each other throughout the face-offs, you know what I'm saying? They had this real interesting, eager competitiveness. And Castro had his eyes set out on me, like, hey, listen, man. I remember what you wrote about me last year.
He sure does, man.
He
had it on as his screensaver.
After the battle, he came up to me and said, France from Let's Talk Battle Rap, the perfect person that I want to talk battle rap with. So now that I just came off the stage, let's talk battle rap. And I was like, Castro, you think I ain't like your third, Castro, but your first 2 are fire. I like your first 2. You know what I'm saying? And
it's so interesting, right? Watching it from the crib, and also I'm live tweeting during this event, and so I'm just gathering the consensus on Twitter and stuff, and I don't know, people didn't seem like they enjoyed it, but I personally didn't mind the first 2 rounds also, because like, okay, it's an opening battle, everyone is hyped up already. We're kind of like, all right, man, just bring it on, just don't mess up, let's make sure these mics are working, we're cool with what you bring, just don't mess up. He did that, you know, but more than that, he did have some good punches also. He did have some generic stuff that you could expect, but I feel like with Lou, he realizes like, yo, listen, I'm not trying to be one of these intricate cats, man. I'm trying to hit you with some hot punches. I'm trying to hit you with some moves. I'm trying to hit you with something to remember, and that's that. I know I'm not Loaded Lux. I'm not trying to be that. So this is what I'm here to do. The only thing that happens is that you start to feel like there's a lack of substance at times, because when you look at Swamp, you're like, okay, you know, he's got businesses that he's cutting grass with, but he's also got all sorts of illicit things going on at the same time. And you kind of believe him because of where he's from and all that stuff and the way he carries himself. Like, yo, he's just you know what I mean? But he also has a lot of tales that relate to a lot of people. Whereas I feel like Lou is good at being creative, but as far as relating to folks, when you battle dudes like that, sometimes he starts to feel a little repetitive at times. And then by the time you get to the third, you're like, yo, man, are you trying to haymaker your way through this, like swag your way through this third again? Like, give us something. You know what I mean?
I will say, I personally thought their first rounds were really good.
Yeah.
And, you know, Swamp, obviously, if he had just cut his second round instead of choking and trying to bring it back, might be a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, I was surprised that happens. Like, bro, you know a little bit better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was wild, man.
I will say though, I don't feel like it fully set the tone like a first battle supposed to. Like going back to Homecoming last year, I don't think neither of their 2 performances was better than the Kid Slay we saw last year.
Yeah, Kid Slay went crazy last year.
You know what I'm saying?
He went
like
wild
even though that was one-sided, like the way Kid Slay dominated and was
it was enough to talk about. Like you wanted to talk about his performance.
Right. And for this one, I feel like there was a bit left to be desired from both. And there were highlights and flashes, but there were also low points from both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And listen, second round and third round, let's call it what it is, man. Swamp wasn't clean. And you just I was like, come on, bro. Like, you got this. Like, you know, you're getting tripped up by the folks talking and stuff like that. And there's a lot riding on these battles. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talk going on. There's a lot of space talk going on. You know, Verb is sitting there watching the stream, however he's watching it, you know. And you just know the internet's being fired up, man. His Optimum is being fired up. That Ethernet cord's getting plugged in, and you getting lit up, you know, while you're on stage. Beep, 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 beep. And it was just kind of like, oh man, Swamp, like you're good, bro. And you stepped your bars up, you stepped your lyrics up.
Yes.
And but this happens, you know what I mean? And then Lou has the perfect opportunity to kind of snap his neck, but there's just not enough substance in there to really snap his neck. So we're kind of like at a stalemate. I don't even really care who won the battle. I mean, Homeboy choked in 2 rounds, so Lou won the battle, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like it was cool, you know?
Yeah, not a needle mover for neither one of them. If anything,
right.
I would say
it's
definitely
a net neutral. I'd say.
Yeah, not a negative, a net neutral. That's the best way to describe it. Because like,
shout out to
first battle of the night. You know,
3-letter man in the building, France.
3-letter man in the building. The first battle of the night. Stage is set for you to, you know, blow the gasket off of the roof, and I feel like I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll say this.
Yeah.
They didn't kill the vibe though. You know that? No. I was still like, okay, right. all right. We just getting warmed up. That's cool. The microphones are working. Cameras look crispy. The stream is fine. I wish Swamp didn't choke, but the vibe wasn't killed. I was still ready for a good night of battle rap. No, Smack, we were not 1 for 1, Smack. All right. Sorry, bro. We weren't 1 for 1.
Shout out to Jay Black on the commentary, because I was hearing the commentary on my way to the venue, and he's like, "Do you think we go 6 for 6? Because I'm gonna keep it real. We don't go 6 for 6 today. It's too hard to go 6 for 6 on a big stage. Right, kept it real. Right.
Come on, man. Somebody's got to get sacrificed. A couple. Speaking of getting sacrificed.
Speaking of getting sacrificed.
On the late night tip. This is what happens when we get together on the late night tip, right?
Speaking of getting sacrificed, damn. Oh man, Amin and Shotgun should pull up next to the stage, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
Amin had a tweet today, like he said the way Smack introduced him into the battle, he should have knew that he was going to lose the battle. Smack was like,
open it up.
He's like, what kind of intro is this?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I heard that, I just shook my head. I said, "Oh man, Smack, like I'm a grown man, Shane." I was like, "All right, Smack, you just sound crazy right now, though." But especially with Ace, you know what I mean? So that was just hilarious. That was so on brand, though.
Was it ever though? So let me go ahead and pull this up here. Get the timestamp, and shout out to everybody listening on Twitter and on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We are live. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. If you guys want to chat, please hit up the YouTube. You guys can get in the chat. You know what I mean? We'll interact from time to time. So shout out to everyone on Twitter. If you are on YouTube, if you've liked what you've seen so far, hit that like button. If you really like what you've seen so far, hit that subscribe button. But next battle, friends, Shotgun Suge versus Ace. Amin.
So I mean, listen, man. Suge's year on the big stage prior to this moment has not been so very good. But if you play the numbers game, he was due for this, and boy was he ever due for this. Ace Amin's first round, nothing like his first round for Nitty. Absolutely nothing like it. In fact, it almost felt like he brought more small room material for this environment than big stage material. And I was just shocked because of how well he adapted on the big stage against Rum Nitty. And that was an even bigger place. And, you know, stakes were very high. Summer Madness needed to be good for, it was in the middle of so much competition. And, you know, Suge goes second. I'm like, here comes a tidal wave, bro. Like, I just seen it coming. I seen it coming. Smack rolled his dice with Ace. Smack rolled his dice with Ace and lost everything. Like,
everybody just felt the ground shaking. Like, yo, I'll tell you this. I did like the way Ace started off his first round with all that jail talk, because he grabbed the attention of the audience like immediately. Like, it just resonated. You know what I mean? It was that street gutter talk, and you know he speaks from experience. So it was like he's getting straight into it. He's commanding his material and stuff, and then you know going through it, and it was, and, you know, kind of crazy. And then Suge, like a shark in the water, man. He smelt that blood from about 3 miles away. Just pinned his fins back, yo, and just straight beeline straight. Like, I was like, oh my god, Suge went ham, son. Like Suge went bananas. Like he was a man possessed. He was rapping like he knew this round, front, back, side to side. Never let a punk mother ride. Shotgun Suge was not playing with this dude, yo. He snapped his neck that first round, son. Like he had bars, delivery, performance, haymakers. He had everything you needed for a big stage performance, yo.
You saying that it looked like he knew everything. In his post-battle interview on 50 Minutes of Fame, he said he knew everything a couple days prior to the battle. And he says when he feels like he knows everything about 3-4 days away, he knows he's super locked in. And it showed. And it showed.
Thank goodness, man, because he reminded, and then you can hear Suge telling Smack, man, I need $20,000. And I was like, man, give this man 20 bands if he's gonna perform like this. If he needs 20 racks to do this, book the big venues, give him 20 racks, let him go crazy, because he didn't do this for 1 round, 2 rounds. He went bananas for all 3 rounds, man. Shotgun Suge. Oh my gosh. You know, when you post those crazy stats of like this dude had 37 points, 18 rebounds, 12 assists, 4 steals, with 0 turnovers. Like he had one of those kind of nights, and Amin had the complete opposite kind of night. And you know, I don't want to kick a brother when he's down, but I'll say this. He has the content, but golly, all 3 rounds, bro. Like,
well, his second round. His second round was starting off real like, okay, it was in fight back mode, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I was like, and he had the nice, he had the dope jackhammer flip too.
Yeah,
so, you know what I'm saying? He took his move and broke it all the way down and flipped, and I was like, all right, cool, bam, you know what I'm saying? And I still wasn't always sure because you know, like you said, Suge did it for all 3 rounds, but I was like, can Suge keep this up? And will Ace be able to fight back? Because Ace had to have known that I'm going to get a tidal wave from his first round, and I have to fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Ace had to be sweating, son. Like, yo, that heat wave that comes after a round like that, they're like, oh, snap. Yo, Ace Amin is on you.
Yeah,
I reach for the weapon. Streets for the weapon. Streets for the weapon. Reach for the weapon. Oh.
No, Ace obviously still had some dope material, but once it just started to no longer click, and you started to hear the crowd even got in a boo bag. Bro, they got the boo RL came out. I don't even think he was worthy of booing, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, because I did tweet that. I said he's getting booed, but I don't think he merits the boos.
No,
you know. It wasn't like he was.
Somebody else merited it more and got less. We'll get there.
But he didn't. Yeah, I didn't think he merited the boos. Now, once you start slipping and tripping and fumbling and stumbling and all that stuff, then that's a different ball game. But I felt like the Booyah Tribe came out just a little bit early for me, you know. But hey, it is what it is. They paid their money. Can't tell them what to do, but it was a bit early.
You know me, I like the gladiator. Like I like all that energy. I just felt like he didn't perform that low of a level to merit that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'll say this though. You know, I had a meme in the tuck ready for whoever got 30 today. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I was like, I'm gonna post. Whoever gets
send that one to me.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoever gets 30, I'm gonna post it. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you know, it was Ace my guy, man. So I was like, damn, man. You know, I ain't want to post this joint. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to post it, but I'll premiere it here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, snap. See, this is what you subscribe to the YouTube and hit that notification for. Here we go.
I had this meme ready for whoever got 30, and Ace Amin was the one that got 30. So here it goes.
You think you fought well because you went to
damn. I'm sorry, Ace.
You think you
alone. Leave him alone, France. Leave him alone, man.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to the senior staff writer LTBR Q Moody is in the building. He says this Ace last couple battles knock him off the top 20 contentions for COTY of the year. Let me say this, man. Unfortunately, I don't think it. Let me start like this. I don't think it knocks him off. Unfortunately, it does put a very strong damper for the recency bias audience, right? Because one can say Ace Amin hasn't won a round in his last 2 battles, and you wouldn't be wrong. Between Marv 1 and Suge, you can say he's 0-6.
Yeah, you definitely could say that.
And then
I definitely say it leaves the door open for somebody else who's ending the year off just right with the Dirk one-legged 3. You know what I'm saying? To be like, whoop, let me get that slot right there.
I personally would not take him off my list. I thought prior to this moment, he was probably one of the best 12, 15 guys. And maybe he's definitely still one of the best 20 guys. But once you start to put it in arrangements, you know, it starts to go from 12 to 15 to 16, you know what I'm saying? But don't make no mistake. This entire year was phenomenal for Ace nonetheless. Obviously, he showed a lot of growth, maturity, consistency, stability. I just hate to see how it kind of all ended towards the end for him. You know what I'm saying? The Marv battle, I gave it a pass because I know the situation there. And this battle in particular, you know what? Let me say this. Q's here.
Yeah.
Q, Ace, Titus, and Smo did a podcast together, right? Right after the Summer Madness battle.
Yeah.
And they asked Ace about battling Suge. And Ace kind of looked a little bit disinterested. He was like, you know, I called him out and he kind of downplayed me. Now he lost in Summer Madness and he's calling me out because he knows I'm the only match that he can get. And I don't really want the battle. Like he said this to them in that podcast. And now time has progressed. And I'm just like, well, what made you interested in the battle? And, you know, obviously the opportunity of being on Homecoming intrigued them. But we said this in our prediction show, like, is the opportunity of being on Homecoming enough motivation to surpass the fact that you weren't motivated for this opponent?
Well, we found
the writing was on the wall.
The graffiti was there, man. The graffiti was there. France, man, we got some heavy hitters in the house. One of the stars of the weekend, Miss Coffee Brown, is watching on our Twitter live. You know what I mean? And Mr. Personality himself, the one and only KD from St. Louis, is also watching on the Twitter live. So shout out to those folks, man. And like I said, if you guys want to chat, hop over to our YouTube. You can chat in there. Elon, as rich as he is, he wants all the paper because he wants people to pay to be able to chat in the Twitter. But we thank you guys for watching, though.
Titus in the building. Staff at LTBR says the people that Titus wrote about went 2-0 this weekend. If you want your favorites to win, tell me to write about them.
Oh man, we'll get to you, Titus, man. Charlie Clips.
Yeah, we're gonna get to you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to D Good. And I saw him in the building at Chrome. You know what I'm saying? He said, why doesn't Suge show up like this all the time? And I do want to say, let's not be revisionist, guys.
$20,000, like he told Spack, man.
Let's not be revisionist here because I seen Danny Myers. Oh, Suge is on a run. Run where? He hasn't been like this all year. No, see, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to discredit his performance.
Don't rain on the parade right now. I don't.
You know I don't.
Performer of the night. You know
listen. We're gonna talk about my combo with Suge. I do not want to rain on this parade. I just don't like revisionist stuff because it takes away from the impact of how much this moment matters.
Right.
This mattered. Yeah. This mattered because on Summer Madness he didn't show up. This mattered because on Gnome Pact he didn't show up. This matters because on Kings and Queens he didn't show up. That's why this matters, because it's like, yo, you were due for this. You know, this is who you're supposed to be. So I just want there to be some truth told all the time. That's all.
I definitely wanted to ask you about that conversation because I saw him on I can't remember if it was Hip Hop Is Real or 15 Minutes of Fame, and he was like, yeah, you know, I was just talking to France, and I was like, wait a minute. France didn't tell me he was talking to Suge.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
He told me he was talking to this person, that person. I was like, what did Suge do that he ain't tell me he spoke to Suge? What was that conversation about, man? Let the people know.
So I'm upstairs watching the battles right behind the production, so I'm with JB, and you know everybody's getting mic'd up there. He comes to take his mic off after the battle's over, and he looks at me. He's like, "What you think, France? This a cover? It's a good write-up? What you think, man? It's performance of the night?" I'm like, sure, it's just the second battle, but yeah, so far it's the best so far. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
did you see the first battle, man? I think you know your performer tonight so far.
Yeah, I'm like, you're holding the threshold.
Did you hear it?
No doubt about it. And I was like, me and Smoke gonna talk about it. He's like, yeah, man, but Smoke be hating, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to get that low. I need to get a good write up, man. And I'm like, Suge, we will write very well about you. You have been covers of articles.
He earned that one, man. He earned that one.
He has been covers here before. You know what I'm saying? He has also been top rated performers. Like when y'all do y'all job, we gonna talk about it.
Word, man. Smoke, you gotta be careful out here, man. You got Billiano the Dono out here looking for you, man. You got Big Suge looking for you, man.
Trufo.
Trufo. Oh my, you got all the steppers looking for you, man. Why would I want to do that? Why would we want to do that?
Why would I want to do that?
Why would I want to do that?
All right, let's move on, man. You know what I'm saying? So after that battle, Miss Hustle and Arsonal hits the stage.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Tell me, what was that like in the building, man? Please, bro.
Well, I love the fact that when Arsonal messed up in his first round, Hustle went and cut him off. He tried to get it back. He said, "No,
old school style, son.
No." He said, "No, we're not doing that."
Oh
so
my god,
I appreciated that a lot because Ars kind of gets away with a lot of stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? And I hope one day we can free ourselves from the shackles of Arsonal on a big stage in New York. You know what I'm saying,
man?
Because
and for me too, man. You know. With all that, I had spoke to this person. I was talking of her, and then me as Shade. So it was good to see Hustle have some of that old school integrity and say, "Oh, you can't remember your rhymes? I'm going to rap now. I'm on my bully right now." So I definitely was like, "Oh snap, we are in for one." France, I gotta say, from the crib, bruh.
Yeah,
from the crib, Miss Hustle's first was epic, son.
It wasn't just from the crib. It was from the building too. I made a meme for this joint. You know what I'm saying?
It was epic, dog. Like, first of all, Arsonal, he got to. Oh, let me see what.
This is Klay Thompson's 37-point quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Son, that is exactly the quarter that Miss Hustle had, man.
Yes, bro.
She didn't miss a shot, son.
No,
she did not miss a single shot. First of all, so Arsonal goes on some whatever. He went on some. The bar was kind of disrespectful, and then Miss Hustle goes, "See, I told you not to say that. I told you not to say that." And then Arsonal, I don't know, man. They hit the kill switch on him, and his memory could not download the bars anymore. And he gave up that round, and Miss Hustle went ham. She had, I think it was overkill, France. She killed it for a round and a half. That was by the time it was done, it was 1.5. Oh, it was 1.5 to 0. Like, she went bananas on him. She had a round and a half on material and just buried Arsonal alive, yo.
There's no way to make everything in battle was round by round, but some rounds, the margin of victory in some rounds are large enough to almost compensate the gap in others if it's not as large. You know what I'm saying? Because what she did to that man in that first round was just straight up bloodshed. It was gruesome. It was violent, and I loved every second of it. You know what I'm saying? Especially knowing how much implications there are at the end of the year for WOTY and how the other two contenders as well did this weekend. She easily had the best performance out the three.
Yo, yeah, yes, okay. So we're here, right? All right. So let's
performance. I'm just saying, just performance. You know what I'm saying? Material, obviously, you got that conversation and all that, and wins and strength of schedule. But I'm just talking performance because one was on the big stage and the rest were in more intimate settings.
Obviously. So now that we got that, the first round epic, Miss Hustle hands down. I mean, not only did Ars choke, but Miss Hustle she was perfect, yo.
Yeah.
Second and third round, France. What did you think of the rest of the battle overall? Your takes from it.
Arsonal's second round was definitely better. Has some highlights. Has some stuff worth talking about.
All first verse. All first verse.
All first verse. Pull the loaded lux. All first verse. Has some good stuff in there. I thought, but I'm not mistaken. He still kind of had a little look, right? Like a little slip, a little,
yeah. Banana peels here and there, yeah.
You know, not as drastic as the first round, but it happened. It kind of happened again. And so Hustle's second round, obviously, she just unloaded this entire clip in this first round. So it's like, how much
still
higher?
recovering, yo.
Yeah,
I'm still a round and a half. You're still recovering.
Yeah, so like, I still think she wins the second, just not as large of a margin as the first because she just emptied the chamber in the first. And then the third round, I'm not gonna lie, that Arsonal concept when he turned around, started talking to himself, it started unique.
It did.
Because there's a lot of things that I will critique Arsonal about that I'm glad he addressed for himself. But my only issue
How did it end, friends? How did it end?
I mean, it went longer than it was supposed to, and he ended up choking against himself.
Hey, yeah.
But more importantly, my thing is, I wish you would have kept going because there's a lot more things you can say to yourself, brother.
This is what I was saying, man. I'm like, bro. But then it just, oh man, it went to, yeah, man. It went south real quick. And then Hustle, she closed out the show. You know, she was good. She was solid. She kept her levels and all that stuff. She delivered.
Yeah, and, outside of the first round, like the rest of the battle kind of just takes a dip. But Hustle's first round is
right. But I'll say this, right?
Outstanding.
Overall, as a battle within itself, just in the vacuum, her first round was so crazy that I'll take that. Because she just went bananas, man. You know what I mean? If Ars would have stayed clean, it definitely would have made for a much better battle to talk about, and we wouldn't have this, you know, this kind of taste for it because of how Arsonal went out in the first round. But he fought back. You know what I'm saying? He kept pursuing. He kept doing his thing. But Hustle, man, she was just on one. The delivery, the bars, the poise, the stage command. The presence is just like, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do?
I want to say this. I know a lot of people don't give a lot of merit to metrics sometimes, fan votes, app votes, YouTube, Twitter, YouTube polls and comments, Twitter polls and comments. So like some people don't care about those numbers. Mainly they do when it's in their favor. It doesn't hurt when it's in your favor, of course, but more times than not, I want people to be consistent to not care about it, whether it's in their favor or not. But as of this past year, even prior to what Mike P did with Miss Hustle earlier this year, with that big bomb he dropped, it felt like Hustle just can't win a fan vote because, you know, she's proclaimed herself to be the villain, but it's gotten to the point where it's like, it's getting absurd. Like, how does a fan vote have Arsonal winning against Miss Hustle? More importantly, our Twitter poll didn't even have the gap that separate. Like, it was like 60-40, Vlad.
Y'all crazy, man. I don't know. Does Arsonal have that many more fans than her? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, she clearly won this battle. Like I say, I don't go by these by the caffeine votes at all. I never did. Never, ever did. I just go by my own two eyes, and I can clearly see what happened. But
I'll tell you what, if you're anti-vote, that's one of those moments where you just
that's one to point to.
That's one to point to. You're like, them votes.
Miss Hustle definitely made the statement like, all right, man, y'all talking all this WOTY talk. Y'all talking about just two of these ladies for the most part. You know, LTBR, we're going to talk about everybody in that race. But some of y'all just want to talk about only two people. But she said, yo, I'm here. Next battle.
Salute to Miss Hustle. And we won't talk about that WOTY stuff down the line because a lot of respective voices I know say, hey, I think I got Hustle number one. All right. I see our boy, our Dow boy, the Don in the building says, hey, what up, gang? You know what I'm saying? Player? And D Gooden says time limits need to be enforced in battle rap. And boy, I do not blame you, boy.
I ain't mad at that.
Not blame you. And here's another comment. Oh boy. Oof. Angel of Evil said. Angel of Evil. He said what he said.
We would read that if that was a super chat, but you know, it got up there. People saw what they saw. Want to read what they want to read.
I put it up there for a reason. Next battle.
Oh yeah. Next battle.
You know, hey, Angel of Evil, put that message up again for this following battle too.
Oh my goodness.
Because Serius Jones and Geechi Gotti. First and foremost,
man.
Shout out to Super Hot Fire. He was in the building.
Yes, he was.
I got you to take a photo with Super Hot Fire.
I've seen you, two of them.
We chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? We exchanged media, social media, and all that. He's behind Geechi as like entourage for the battle. And, you know, this guy's just all jokes, bro. At one point while Jones is rapping, they turn the camera to Super Hot Fire. And he's like, sleeping. I'm like, bro.
See. Y'all wrong, man. Y'all wrong, friends. I'm watching this joint from home. You know, man.
Yeah.
By this point, the kids are down. Full man cave status. I'm in the garage chilling. I'm like, who is this Tony Stark's figure with the Alpo coat over here looking like the ghost of K Slay? I'm like, that's Math? I said, hold up, dog. I was like, wait a minute. Why the hell is Math hop on stage for Serius Jones battle right now? I'm sure Serius Jones does not know this is and he's flipping the coin. Your man came, oh my gosh, he came like a swagger dawn on that stage. And, you know, after talking about how battle rap is this, battle rap is that, man showed up in all his glory. I said, oh, man, this is not a good look. This is the same venue where that incident happened. And we know, we've seen Jones, we've seen Math. Jones has not let this go. You know, it's still something that he thinks about, and you can tell when he's battling, once someone mentions Math in that situation, he's doing his boxing moves, letting you know he's ready to square his shoulder up. He's going to pivot that hip and make sure that foot follows through. And I'm just like, why does Math have to be on the stage for this battle? He could be on for the next battle. I said, nah, man, this something's wrong, something's stinky. This battle is not going to be good, man. I'm like, there's no way this is going to end up to be a good battle. And I was right. It was not a good battle. It was funky. It was dirty. Geechi got the victory, you know, and it was nasty because to me, I'm watching and Serius Jones' first round, the crowd gave him grace. You know, they gave him a chance, they gave him an opportunity, and he's barring. And I feel like sometimes Jones now, it's like he's trying to outbar everybody, and it gets to be a bit much, too much, a little too intricate at times. And I'm just wondering, where is all of this going? So Jones is rapping, and by the time it's Geechi's time to go, Geechi just makes a mockery out of everything. And the first time he lands a bar about Math, and Math is standing there, it's like, how is this guy supposed to win in the eyes of the people in this culture? Their ears are now tuned off to Serius Jones because Math is standing there with a $15,000 coat on. You know what I'm saying? Just standing there with his lady on his arm. And it looks nuts, son. No way Serius Jones is going to win this battle, man. It was done from the beginning, bro. And his next two rounds, it was just overwrapping to me, and just a lot of doubting himself, a lot of fighting the crowd. Like, oh, y'all want me to stop? And the person's yelling, go. Oh, y'all do like it. And it's like, bro, you just got to get comfortable, man. Serius just never looks comfortable up there at all. And Geechi, he's the opposite. He's just way too comfortable, bro. It's like this man had on flip-flops up there. He barely, his first two rounds, don't get me wrong, he had his bars and stuff. He performed and everything, but it was just like, wow, man. That third round, he was just like, yo, I'm just going to do anything. And the crowd's just going to let me do it. And they're going to laugh at you. And then we up out of here, man. It was it was a strange battle, friends. What'd you think in the building?
Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling this is the type of battle we were going to get between the two of them, just because, like, you know, Serius Jones has always had this quality of, like, he is consistent where he wins these battles sometimes, right? You don't see him lose a lot, but what makes him as consistent is that sometimes he's not as electric and hasn't fully, like, just, I guess, adopted the dynamics of haymakers. Yeah, like this is no haymakers. It's just like a gap between like what it is to, and he's outside, which is funny. He's outside. He has a very good resume for the modern era, but there's very few performances where like I'm fully captivated. You know what I'm saying? More times than not, I'm kind of just like, it's mundane. I'm kind of stalled out. It's long schemes drawn out, and it just takes away from the quality of the battle, and it takes it from both sides. Sometimes like you could have a moment where you're you're not performing to the expectations that the crowd wants, and it's so draining that it's just going to carry over to the next person.
So Geechi has to go the complete opposite way. It was like, yo, I'm a Charleston White my way up here.
Geechi Gotti was texting while Jones is rapping. He's pulling his phone out and recording and tweeting while Jones is rapping. Like there was just
no respect, yo.
There was just no path of victory here. You know what I'm saying? There was no path
None.
of success.
As soon as I saw Math, I was like, wait a minute, man. Math's he got Verb up there. They all chummy and everything. Verb and Easier boys and everything. I'm like, yo, that energy, that synergy is carried along, man. I knew this was not going to be a good look, man. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying that this was Math's fault at all. You know what I mean? Take the jokes, please, everyone. But boy, we get to this one, which was probably the battle. I mean, outside of Twork and Mook, this was the one, man. Chess, Rex. I didn't skip a battle, did I, friends? This is the next one, right?
Yep.
Chess and Rex, right? This is the battle. I was definitely looking forward to seeing it. I've been a fan of what Rex has been doing this year. He's been dope. You know, Chess, we know what he can be. We've seen him be that. You know, we were hoping to see that yesterday. Disappointment all the way around on so many levels, man. Where do you want to begin with this?
I want to say, I start with, it's a good thing we're talking about Jones to Rex, so I could tell this story real quick. I saw Loaded Lux in the building. You know, we chopped it up and we talked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We had a nice little exchange. Obviously, I have Lux's number. I'm like, Lux, I hit you up about this. He's like, yeah, I think I did see your message. I'm like, yeah, Lux, this is me. And he's like, all right, yeah, let me save your number now. You know what I'm saying? And then Tiff Lux walked by. And Tiff Lux is like, what's going on, France? Who you got winning today, huh? You got Mook? What's going on? I'm like, nah, I'm on the record. I'll pick Mook to win on record. Okay. What about Rex? I was like, I got Rex too. She goes, okay. What about Jones? And I was like, nah, I got Geechi. She goes, yeah, me too. And this is why Rex is getting mic'd up. You know what I'm saying? So obviously Lux is there, they're ready to mob out and all that. And it was crazy, man, because Chess brought his mother to see him perform. She was there. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they were going to have a special moment in battle. You know what I'm saying? Rex's first round, it had his highlights. It was a pretty standard round. Nothing too crazy to take away from it. It was really setting the tone. And I was just intrigued to see what Rex would look like on the big stage at this point of his career, because every time I've seen him revitalize or look, like any form of like older, more vintage Rex, it's been a more smaller environment, more pit style, more closed room, small room. On the stage, though, like you can point to the Reed battle, you can point to the Rum Nitty rematch on the Drake card. You know what I'm saying? Not so very good. And so his first round, solid round. But Rex,
you thought it was solid?
Solid. Just
all right,
solid.
friends. This is nighttime. We are doing the nighttime show. This is not the morning show.
Yeah.
What did you really felt it was a solid round in the
building? In the building, it was like I can tell this round was by no standards. I thought this round was going to win anything. I'm like, Chess could smoke.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a bad. Like I just say Serius Jones. Like I can't. Anything's better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Unnecessary, man.
You just said it was nighttime. You said it was nighttime. You just gave me the green light.
What? I'm tripping, dog. I'm tripping. You all right? All right, fool. Whatever. It is like.
So I mean, I've heard Smo and everybody else who watched it from home say they didn't really like the round, but I could say this much in person. I was like, it's okay round. You know what I'm saying? My thing is though, Rex doesn't usually write uphill, so I was like,
so if that's the one, I'm watching this at home and I'm going, no, Rex. Like I saw you battle Big K. You had dope stuff. I saw other battle you had dope stuff. What is happening here? It was some, basic bars, dog. And on top of that, I know he's been in the gym, he's been working out and stuff, but I think there's a difference between performing in that pit, the adrenaline rush you get, and being on that stage and having to command that stage and all those people and everything that's going on. Because I could hear him being winded. I can hear him going through it, his timing being off and all that. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, if Chess don't choke he's about to get Randy out of here round one. And he was very well on his way to doing that, bro. He was on his way. Once he hit him with that, you had 12 skinnies. Well, I was skinny with a 12. And the whole Irving Plaza split in half, man. Everyone split in half with bananas. I'm going, yeah, he's about to do it. He's about to send him out of here. And then tell us what happens, friends. From your point of view.
I want to hear your point of view a little bit more detail because you can hear everything that's going on. Me in the building, I just kind of see, like, I can tell, I know how Rex is. Like, he talks to you around. So, he heckles you. That's who he is. In fact, in those 2 battles on the stage, I just said against Reed and Rum, he heckled them. Reed is just such a professional.
On the stage versus Reed.
Reed is such a professional that while Rex is talking, Reed doesn't stop rapping like a metronome. Right. Doesn't even lose beat. Right. Yes. But everybody's not like that. Everybody doesn't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And so Chess told him more than once.
Everyone's not a professional like that.
Chess told him more than once. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess that message didn't get translated. And then unfortunately, the entourages can't be controlled. So when they're, getting involved in this and they're having their exchanges, it's not the same as Rex and Chess having their heated, just energy being exchanged between the two of them. Like, that's why Smack didn't intervene, because he's like, oh no, this is how these two.
I know these guys. Yeah,
I know these guys. This is how they are. They're selling the fight. This is rap. You know what I'm saying? They're amplifying the intensity, which they were, but everybody else around them could not be controlled. And it kind of escalates. It kind of escalates a little bit. And I didn't realize this till I watched it back. But Rex was the one to throw the bottle first.
All right, so watching it from the crib.
Yeah.
Now, this is after I also saw, his interview with Ra, where he also broke things down. So you got a chance to see. Oh, perfect. So you got a chance to get his point of view on things. And while he was doing typical Rex-like stuff, I didn't find it to be anything that was egregious. I didn't find it to be where he's just getting to long-winded conversations or just being totally disrespectful. He might say a this or that, like, while it's happening. But I mean, Chess is going so ham that I'm just thinking to myself, really? But then, Rex is saying, yo, man, somebody in his crew was talking to me, and, you're not battling. The way you're talking to me is outside of rap. I don't like that. And then it went from that, and then both sides just could not stop talking. I did see at one point, Rex stepping up, he's stepping up. Tay-Rock's trying to separate them. They're talking greasy, but like they said, they know they're not going to take it there, right? But then you can see the entourages, a hand goes here, touches one person from one side, touches the other side. That hand goes back the other way, and now you got everyone doing the swag surf, going back and forth. And, everyone loses control. And I'm just thinking to myself, yo, man, we can't have this. Like, they can't shut this joint down. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, really? Like, all of this could have been prevented. All of these grown men on the stage, all of this could have been prevented. We got cheated from a battle. None of this had to happen at all. And then I'm watching and I'm seeing Chess go, come on, y'all don't want to rap? Come on back. Y'all don't want to rap? Bro, you could have kept the night going if you really wanted to rap that bad. It was, I don't know, man. It was just like, I don't know people. I don't know what they go through, but it sounds like you have some of the onus. It sounds like you have some of the onus on Chess here. I feel like all right. Actually, it's on everyone. All right.
Yeah.
Randy's old enough to know, you know what? I know I'm getting cooked. Let me get cooked in peace. Let me let the young guard get off. Let me let him do his thing. Let me not sully this thing up right here. But he's saying, yo, his man's is talking greasy to me that is outside of rap. I don't know these people, but you're a professional. Like, you could ignore that man if you want to. Y'all really want to see them. Y'all know how to mob out. It's that easy. But I can't tell him how to feel if someone is saying words that are worth you responding to that man to. You feel me? On that level. And then you have smacking bees. You guys are the owners, the proprietors of this company. You guys are giving them the money when this is done. If they're not listening to you guys, who are they gonna listen to? This guy's a recluse. Like, what is going on here? So I'm thinking to myself, you smacking gonna stop this? Rock tried to stop it, but you know, Rock is stopping it through humor. Chess is not hearing it. Get off me. If someone punches me in my face, get off me. Don't touch me. What? Rex is not trying to fight you. They want to rap and get their money.
Don't lose sight of the fact that Rex threw the bottle first, which then created the ruckus. Though.
No, the ruckus was happening. They were swag surfing already, friends.
No. I watched it.
I saw a hand go on another person from another crew. I saw a hand go back on that person. They start swag surfing. Rex goes back here. Whoosh. You know, Dan Marino's the water bottle. He says water got thrown on him first. I wasn't in the crowd, so I don't know. That's what he said. He's just returning fire at this point.
From watching it in person and then multiple playbacks of like I got a chance to watch it from home. His bottle's thrown first, and then the other bottle comes after that. So he you know what I'm saying? He is literally behind somebody because like there is a lot of like shoving because they're trying to get as much separation going. And then Rex is literally behind someone and then throws the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this was the left hand thing. This was the left hand. So he's literally behind someone that's trying to hold him back, and then he throws the bottle, which then further escalated everything. At this point, it's just kind of like
the clip, man. Yo, shout out to my man who held Chess back with the one arm like this, yo. That brother got some strength, man. What is your tricep routine? Because Chess was not getting around you, man.
Let's see.
Shout out to True Foe in the building.
Do I have the clip?
Real Talk 315. Is that Grind Time's finest? Real Talk.
Wait a minute.
Here we go. Let's look at this like some grown men.
All right. Let's make this. Let's maximize this here.
Please, man, hit the like button for us if you in this piece.
All right, hold on. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yo, take this. He's wild because he want to chat, bro, and I'm gonna break him up. I promise you.
See, I'm gonna break him up. Rex was done.
I promise you, man. Yo, Bully, if I tell you, don't brag. If one of these niggas swing on me, bro,
Look at the tomfoolery has began already.
Okay, so now there comes everybody trying to be separated.
Hands on hands, swag surfing.
The
bottle has not been tossed yet.
The surf hasn't started yet.
The hands are on hands. Look, ski mask man, right? Shiesty, Nike Shiesty is right here, ready to rock.
I think that's bad news.
That's bad news. Oh my goodness, Carolina's finest, man.
But pay attention. Look, that's it. The bottle's gone. The bottle's been thrown, Vlad.
Listen, man. Vlad, the hands have been exchanged already. You've made contact with my body.
They're trying to separate, and look, the bottle's already about to be thrown at this point. Look. Bottle thrown. Look, his arm is back, trying to cock it back. Go back. You see? I knew you didn't see this. You see? I knew you didn't see this. I'm telling you, bro. Look at this.
They're touching each other already. It's a wrap. It's a wrap already, man.
But they're trying to get separated. You throwing a bottle.
I will say this. The bottle does escalate it. The bottle does escalate it. Yes, it does. But it's already out of control right now.
Bro, if no bottle is thrown right here, there is a chance for this to not escalate. There is literally a chance. Hold on.
Let this play because there's still a chance for this not to escalate already.
Come on, Vlad. Come on, dog.
He got the Rex caps.
Think about if no bottle is being thrown at this point. Think about if nobody gets hit with a bottle. Look, this person gets hit with a bottle and that's it.
Crazy, son. Not my hat. All right, they return fire. Okay.
They return fire. They would have returned fire if no fire is thrown.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Look at my man. Look at my man with the goose right here. Look how strong this brother is. Look at this right here.
Who? Him?
Press play. Yeah, him right here. My man with the shape up. His chest is laughing.
Look, one last time, right here.
Look at these guys. Somebody's already got his hand pushed away twice, 3 times.
This moment right here. This
Look
is
at
the
D
moment.
Chambers. D Chambers is like, I did not come here for this. Man.
This moment right
Math
here.
is like, I did not put on a $20,000 mink for this.
This split second right here. If no bottle is thrown, there is a chance.
There's definitely a chance. Yes. Yes.
But, look at this. Look at that. But the problem is there is no chance because that split second is already being cocked back. Right?
He ain't losing that dot mob. Look at my man's hand up here already, ready to return fire.
It's already gone.
Look at Chess. Rocking back. Lean back.
Oh man,
yo, stop, bro.
Yo, look at this. Yeah, this is the best, yo.
Yeah,
this
bro. We can't. I'm not gonna like. There's a bit of onus on all parties.
Everyone.
I'm very glad Smack took accountability, but that specific moment right there is the one that I feel like took it to the point of no return, and that's where I look at like, damn, Rex, like, did you have to throw the bottle? But again, Rex Rex spoke about this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not trying to really kill Chess about this neither. You know what I'm saying? I see people trying to put this blame on Chess, and I'm like, yo, I don't think anybody's without blame. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody is like.
But Rex said he was ready to rap and he was ready to do it again, and so they said, "Oh, well, that's according to Rex. I don't know if that's."
No, I'm gonna read Rex quote because I see what you're trying to do, sir. You're trying to put it on the young cat. You know what I'm saying?
Did I not just say everyone has to take a piece of this pie?
Yeah, but you
some more than others. Some more than others.
Yeah, you had an agenda, and we're gonna stop it here. All right. Sometimes it's a miscommunication between entourages, says Rex. I'm not blaming it on Chess. We did all the bumping, and our people knew what it was. What I do apologize for is speaking through his round. I was wrong, and I was hot-headed in the moment. I wanted to fight, hence the bottle. I got mad at Smack, and when I calmed down, then Chess was hot, and I wanted to get back on stage, but Smack said Chess was too fired up right now, and I don't want any liability. So at that point,
listen, man, he took responsibility like a grown man. Respect to that. That's all that he could do at this point. Hopefully everyone learns from this. Chess, you have a child on the way. I'm about 20 years older than Chester, so I done seen everything, yo. And you're gonna look at certain things and go, what? That was not worth it. Like, what was the point of that? Certain things are just going to seem so minuscule. So take this as a life lesson, bruh, and calm down, man. Like, it's calm down, man.
But when you also tell somebody that's been a professional more than once to stop, like,
this also is not his first offense.
Whose?
Chess.
Or Rex.
I mean, that wasn't really Rex's fault. Rex was just on stage.
You see, listen to this. He's got an agenda. The man's got an agenda. You see?
Listen,
the man has got an agenda.
Mook and Briz thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's just everything else was collateral damage. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Rex just happened to be there. There was one that wasn't on camera, though. All right.
Danny Myers,
BB King.
If you were able to not swing on Danny Myers for what he said then, I know it's a rapper versus the entourage.
Rex was not going to swing at all. This was never going to happen with Rex. It was not going to happen.
I'm just saying, like, like this. I just wish there was just this level of just like, yo, let's de-escalate this faster. But I think ultimately Smack is the one that says, you know what, put it on me. I could have stopped this. I should have stopped this, and I didn't.
Oh my gosh, y'all just thought about this. So Rex wanted to bring K-Shine out in his rounds and stuff. Thank goodness he wasn't there, yo. That would have looked crazy.
Hello.
Thank goodness he wasn't there, man.
I mean, you threaten the owner. I don't understand why people can threaten somebody expect to be somewhere. Like, I don't
know, man. But shout out to Hoffa, man, bringing that energy, boy. Everyone was turned up, son.
Yeah, you see,
y'all gonna mess up my Gucci's, my Versace's, and my Louis all in one night, man. Come on, y'all tripping.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we spent 18 minutes on the scuffle. I'm ready to move on.
Oh, that's what they want anyway. So we gave them what they wanted, man. All right, main event. I didn't think this was gonna happen, especially considering the history of Irving Plaza. So were you shocked? Were you surprised? It was about 40 minutes.
Yeah,
long time for a 43-year-old. What was it like for y'all?
I felt really bad, man, because at that point I'm just like, y'all just can't catch a break. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, from the type of year they had to the type of like just criticism they get, some slander they get as well. Sometimes some of the criticism is warranted. Some of the other times it's over the top, just anti-URL agenda stuff. That like, I just feel bad because it's just like, what more could they have done at this moment in time to have prevented this from happening? You know what I'm saying? And then this happens, the light turns on. I'm like, yo, if they lose the main event, like this is just
if they lose the main event, this is a wash right here.
It would have been a failure in all the way to describe it. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, luckily
for them, well, early on, right? Because this happened before 10 o'clock. They were supposed to get out the venue at 10 o'clock, but I guess Beasley did something to kind of make sure. Prior to Rex and Chess, though. Right. Prior to Rex and Chess. Very great call, because then they still had that hour. But the lights was on, and everybody's like, oh, we don't know about this. And, you know, JB went down to, like, speak to people. Beasley's down there. Everybody's down there. They're trying to get everybody separated. And I don't know what they said. I don't know how.
Persuasion, boy.
I don't know how they saved the day, but the day was saved. And it's crazy because Twork, I think, came with like maybe 50 to 100 people, maybe. Like, did you see that video of Twork mobbing into the Urban Plaza on Uncle Rod's channel?
I didn't click on it, but I saw he was pulling up. It was crazy.
It came with a lot of people, and Murda Mook had a plus 50.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
So
plus I was 50 like, at $75 a ticket. Oh my gosh. Why the Mook getting them chips again?
You know,
I got the tickets for 40.
Yeah. So then I'm glad they got everything situated. You know, Anwar straight up said it like, listen, nobody asked me no questions. I don't know neither. I'm trying to figure it out. And somehow they worked the magic. They got Mook and Twork on stage. The crowd was able to kind of get, you know, revitalized a bit. But we missed something out about this event before we get to the main event.
What's that?
They announced Loaded Lux and Rum Nitty.
Oh yeah, they sure did, man. How you feeling about that? You got the battle you wanted.
You know, I'm personally extremely excited. I know Smo's really excited. They locked it in for the first quarter. However, and I want to ask you about this because we obviously went this far without talking about it. It felt like there was a lack of excitement online for it, and people in the building didn't go crazy. And I'm just wondering, were people like skeptical, like when they made the announcement, because they didn't get like a date when an event and in the flyer and the name, so they're just like, yo, I want to see it locked in. You know what I'm saying?
I just think that I don't know, man. I think the whole, is it Nitty? Is it Hitman? Is it Nitty? Is it Hitman? And then I want Hitman. And then, you know, you disappeared and you come back. Oh, it's Nitty. And then people are kind of like, oh, I don't know, man. I tell you what, I'm here for it. I didn't jump out of my seats, I guess, because I've been around for so long, and you know, it's like nothing is just ever so wow. I can't believe this is unfathomable. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, all right, it's happening. I can't wait to see this. But it wasn't anything I'm just, you know, doing backflips about, man. It's hard to surprise. It's hard to shock people now, man.
Well, I'm just glad they locked it in, because obviously this was a match that's like massively in demand. And then obviously starting the year with it is a big bang, you know what I'm saying? And I seen a big campaign online of everybody hashtagging, don't put Lux and Nitty on the stage. Don't put Lux and Nitty on the stage. And I'm just kind of like,
Smack's like, yeah, I want this in a small room, big room, what y'all want?
Right. And everybody wants in a small room. And I personally, I'm okay with the battle anywhere. I just want it to happen. But this whole anti-stage thing right now, I'm not feeling it, lad. I'm not feeling it.
I'm not gonna lie. I keep that battle in a small room, please.
Wow.
Keep the battle. I mean, if they could afford it, man, J Black in the building. Rex versus Chess was fire. He said, J Black, man, entertainment value on that battle was a 10 out of 10. We just did a round for round, bar for bar, and bottle for bottle breakdown, man. And what a close battle, man. It is a classic. I am edging it to Randy. You know what I mean? 2-1. He threw the bottle with the left hand, falling down, and grabbed his hat and secured it. So Chess got tossed around a little bit. He did the back bend. Randy came out of there clean, man. Randy 2-1. Fire, fire, fire. Battle of the night, man. France, we here, player. Twork. Mook. In the building. It's finally happening. Your thoughts?
I was really happy that they were able to get the main event completed. It was looking real grim. You got to give J Black a ton of credit too for being able to hold it down, because they were like, let's throw it to J Black. He's like, throw it to me for what?
Yo, J Black had the baking soda. He had baking soda. He's like, I gotta stretch this, man. He's like, where's my quinine at, man? I gotta stretch this. What's going on out here, man?
So, luckily, he got a concert from Calico. You know what I'm saying? And I think T-Top pulled up there too at some point, right?
Yeah, T-Top pulled up. Oh, what's going on, gang? Yo, J Black, this is hilarious because he'll say it himself, man. By the time like that first round is going on for the final battle, Uber City, you know what I'm saying, heading back to wherever he need to get back to.
Well, I mean, he
said
it
had to work overtime, bro. Like
this
pissed him off, son.
He came to the spaces last night, and we did the space after the show, and he said like the parking garage I closed at 11, and it was 10 something. I had to run and get my whip. I had no choice.
Hold on, J Black. You don't got the auto driving whip that drives up to you? Come on, bro. Come on, man.
I thought the
Black
wealthy man had,
you gotta get the black mobile, man.
I thought the wealthy man had his own driver, and I was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
He pulled up in an Uber black, man. Everything black, bro.
You feel me?
Nah. So your man had to bounce up out of there, get the whip, come back. That's ill, man. That's ill.
So I'm just happy the main event happened first and foremost. So when they got on the stage, I'm like, good, you know what I'm saying? But then I was concerned with the energy be recaptured. It was a long intermission, right? It was like what,
right.
like 40? It was like 47 minutes, maybe longer.
Yeah, son, definitely. I was struggling, man, struggling not to fall asleep.
Everybody was, you know. But once it got started, once it got up there, obviously, I think Twork wins the coin toss. Mook goes first.
Yeah,
Mook's first round, kicking things off, very, very on pace. But I can definitely see the glow from last year's homecoming is not there for this first round. You feel me? And so I'm like, this was a good round, but this is a round that if Twork is clicking the way I know he's supposed to be clicking on all cylinders, he should be able to clear this round.
Yeah, as he's rapping, I'm clearly like, this round is beatable. It's not bad. It's not over the top. It's definitely, it felt like a feeler round. Like he's, you know, yo, I'm coming out here. I'm testing the waters. Things were just crazy. But I will say this, for there to be that much break, for the battlers to get cold and to come back on stage like that, he definitely brought the crowd back to life, though. You know what I mean? Yes. Which is a very, very, very tough task. Not only are you already going last at the end of a long night where people have been outside since 8 a.m. by choice, you know, but most folks 3 p.m. and they're already 7 hours. They're starving you and just giving you weed and alcohol, and there's no food. By this point, your brain is drained. How were your feet by this point, friends? Oh, no, well, you had a seat. My bad. I forgot, man. I forget. Look at this. You're a privileged man over here, man. Back in the days, friends, our feet would have been busted up, man. Our backs would have been caved in. But I say that to say this. All of those people, to get them back, man, and interested in what's going on, you got to salute Mook, because when they said he was going first, I said, oh, man, this could go any which way, man, after this long break. But he got them back. But it was definitely a beatable round, and Twork was dropping haymakers, son.
After haymakers, that first round was clear as day, and it was almost getting kind of dark. It was like, oh snap, if this is the projection that we're going to continue for this battle, You know what I'm saying? It's very possible we can get, you know what I'm saying, the chant. You know what I'm saying? People around me are like, yo, can he get the 3-0? Can he get the 3-0 chant? I was like, I don't know. We gotta wait and see. You know what I'm saying? People around me were very intrigued in the battle, but I was around a crowd of people that I guess really wanted Twork to win. And when Mook was rapping at some point, there was material that I liked from Mook that they weren't giving credit to. I removed myself from this section. I'm like, no, we can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna have you taint my vision right now. I'm
Get out of Haterville, man.
You feel me? So I moved from there. I moved to another spot, watched it with a little clearer view. And so everybody's telling Mook to fight back. And I love it because it's like, yo, he's home. Like, you can't even play the
New York play the bias game with
you can't play the bias game. You can't play the gas. You can't play nothing. He is home. This is the exact same spot he was a year ago and made magic happen. And now they're telling him to fight back. He did not have to fight a 0-1 deficit last year. In fact, I don't think there was a point in the battle he even trailed. No. There wasn't a point in the battle he trailed last year. Okay.
Buzzer to buzzer last year. Friends, I will say this.
Yeah.
I watched it a second time before we logged on.
Yeah.
And that night, I don't know why, but in that night, it felt to me like Twork's first was clean and his second was choppy. We all know the third was rocky road, but I remembered it differently. So I'm so glad that I watched it again tonight, because as I'm watching it, his first, there's a lot of bringing back, a lot of words, a lot. And I say that to say this, he still has so many bombs that whatever that detracts, he was bombing so much that he's still in the lead with this round one to me. Like, he's in the lead. You know what I mean? Mook was good. It was good. It was cool.
That tongue was hit me earlier too.
But this guy, Twork, was on fire round one though. But it definitely made me raise the eyebrow like, okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for this, man. Because if you're doing this now, I already know what happens round 3.
If you're in the chat and you still here listening to us live, go ahead and put in the comments who you had winning. Mook 2-1, Twork 2-1.
Let's go.
You know I want to put it out there. I want to put it on the screen and see our opinions. But this second round, man. So again, like I said, I moved myself in the second round because I felt like people weren't giving it its just due. And I'm listening to it. And I'm like, yo, I like what Mook got going on here. Grew up in the streets, but not the mix. The consequences was there was consequences if you forgot your shit. You know what I'm saying?
We got clips.
I got the clips I posted on Twitter. I can play those.
Yeah,
I'll play them in a bit. I just got a lot of the bars written down.
Oh, good. Go for it, player. Go for it.
Man, out the gate when he's like, Bill Collector, not a joke. You beat me 10 times before, and I got to give you props. But this is the one time you won't win, and it's when you awoke. Like, basically saying you beat me in your dreams. Yeah. I thought that shit was clever. You know what I'm saying? He had the whole you got your business. It's not your. You talk about business. It's not your business. I love that pocket. I love that pocket. Got gossip like bitches. You talk about business. It's not your business.
he was in his bag with that one, man. He was in his. It's like he's just talking to a cat. It ain't no big haymakers, it ain't no big idioms, it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It's just straight talking to dudes.
From where I'm sitting, y'all look like kittens, and if your big dog don't zip it, he gonna look like Clifford.
Oh my gosh, man!
He was going crazy in the second round. I'm just like,
yo, he had another pocket like that in that round too. He had another pocket where he was going ham like that.
Where the earring, when you hear this, when the sting here, you hear the ring, it's gonna make your ear ring. Like that was crazy. Detectives won't get the sketches I just gave him a quick draw.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was.
Listen, man. If some of y'all favorite punchlines would have said that line, y'all would have been doing backflips.
That joint was stupid.
That ball was crazy, bruh.
That was bananas.
We got a Twork 2-1. We got another Mook 2-1. And listen,
shout out Corito, man. What about day one,
man? Yes, sir.
Shout out to Louisville.
And when I watched this battle back already 3 times, and one more time before we started the pod, and I'm watching that second round, I'm like, yo, I think I get why people see Mook 2-1. I think I get it, Vlad. I think I get it. His second round was like that.
Yo, all right, man. So
we'll get to the end of the second round because it didn't end so well.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh, keep going.
Nah, go ahead.
It ended crazy. Second round, he's cooking. I'm thinking to myself, okay, Mook is fighting back. Like, we have a round. This is a strong talk to you round. I'm feeling this. He's got dope pockets. The performance is on point. He's engaging the crowd. Like, everything is on point. And then he gets to like the last 4 bars of it. And, I'm the type to shoot you in your balls and go in your post and leave a comment like, oh, no hard feelings. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I get what you're going for, but this is and then the ball, then he doubles down. I'm the type to shoot you in your balls.
Yeah, double down for sure.
And then he ended it with something that was, it was a little crazy. But the rest of that round, outside of that, though, was on fire, man. And I gotta blame Angry Fan for this, man, because he spit that ball for Caps, and Caps ain't telling nothing, man. He just let him go up there and do his thing, man. So shout out to Caps, man. But other than that bar, everything else was just on point, man. It was just a dope sermon, man. He was talking to him.
He was in his bag, bro. And honestly, I really, really like the second round. I'm going to go ahead and say this too before we get to the third round. I like this performance better than the Geechi performance. I thought this was way more polished.
Yeah, this was better.
I thought there was way more range. I thought that, like, he didn't stay stuck on the scheme or trying to visualize nothing. He pretty much was like, yo, I'm going to go from pocket to pocket. And even if I'm not punching, I'm going to make sure I'm talking. But then I'm going to get back to punching. I'm going to get to punches quicker. Like, I feel like he did everything that people are asking him to do in this battle. And, of course, I feel like also, Mook, he's prone to have an air ball or 2 or 3 or 4.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? So his low points can get very low.
Low points are very low, man. Definitely,
you know what I'm saying? But the man showed a plethora of different, just really great rapping and different pockets and punchlines and talking and just the delivery of it, the conviction of it. There's so much to take away from that second round that I'm thinking to myself, like, if your name is not Shotgun Suge, who on this card beats this? Like,
you know what I'm thinking about, France? It's all right. The way I'm thinking about this battle, it's like this guy was just continuously powering up gradually throughout the battle. It was a gradual power up.
There goes the message right there from COTY.
Oh, there you go. I feel like yeah. So that second round, France. So Sunday night, I'm thinking to myself, man, all right, I'm really feeling Mook's second round. And on Sunday, it felt like to me it took to about the halfway point for Twork to heat up, right? And then it was all fire. But watching it before we got on air, it was a lot sooner than the halfway point. He was, even the rebuttal that I thought was so on Sunday, I'm like, yo, it's actually cool. Like, it actually makes sense. Like, it's actually a bar. It's not, I'm not going through the roof for it, but this is actually kind of dope. And then he was cooking a lot earlier than I thought it was cooking through. And this was the cleaner round. I thought this was the round he was slipping up in. So now I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I can see it in one way where it's like Twork just has so many dope bombs in that round, but Mook is just talking to him. But the way Mook ended that round was kind of like, you know what I mean? So it's just, let's go, man. Let's give him a little taste. Pause.
Yeah, let's play this Mook clip and let's talk about Twork second. I want to pause that bar real quick. That ball was fire. No, that ball was fire, but Twork literally had your class special bar for Hollow where Mook was right there, like right in front of him, like right in front row and center in 4K.
Listen, man, all of these guys have.
I just, I'm not saying
been known to have selective memory.
I'm just saying like that. You know what I'm saying? But
oh man,
come on, man, this round was fire, dog. This round was so fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't enjoyed a Mook round like this really since like his Tay-Rock material. Obviously, I thought he was good against Geechi. You know what I'm saying? I did the sturdy, I did the dancing, but like this one right here.
This is content right here.
Besides the ending, though. The ending was no bueno.
Yeah.
The ending was absolutely no bueno. No bueno. But now Twork's but Twork's second round. Yo. All right. Kick off about Twork's second round because I got a bunch of bars written down. I'll play the clip as well.
Son. Yeah. Like I said, Sunday night, I'm thinking, it took him up to halfway to cook. I'm watching this in the garage before we get started. I'm like, this guy is cooking, son. And he's hitting all sorts of just pockets and stuff like that. And he was just landing them bombs periodically, just over and over again. And he didn't take off the gas, man. Like, this was a really fire round. Although Mook was talking to him, he was bombing right back. Now, you know, some of the things he was saying at times, yeah, they can be for anyone or whatever, but you know, battle rap is also about expressing your creativity. So if you're limiting someone to strictly only, you know, making rhymes that apply to that person, and sometimes you can kind of clip their wings a little bit. So I do appreciate when he just, you know, uses some creativity. Yes, he does have a couple lines here and there where he just whatever. But for the most part, though, I'd say, man, he was shooting at least 80, 85% in that round, bro.
Yeah. I got a message here from the No Pass Look. URL announced Lux and Nitty and Geechi Hitman, but all these battles had. Well, they didn't announce Geechi and Hitman, and maybe that's probably why people were like, I'll wait to see it to believe it, because they don't feel like, oh, this isn't enough for me. You know what I'm saying?
They need to see a trailer.
They need to see it locked. They need to see it
locked. See a trailer. Yeah,
they see it locked in. But nonetheless, back to the objective at hand. Twork second round.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the rebuttal for real out the gate. You know what I'm saying? It was crafty, but it just wasn't explosive enough.
Right. Yeah. It made sense, but it wasn't through the roof.
It wasn't explosive enough to start with a momentum boost. And so the beginning of his second round is starting a little slow cooker going on, but then he hits that 3 lines over dot bar like the Wi-Fi. And he starts going. Then he gets to the everything we paid Murda. We could have got Hitman for hire. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? You were Mount Rushmore. I'm a stone face killer. That was crazy. The DVD era, which is now out of business bar, that was crazy. Then the Dave East and Busta Rhymes bar is where it really started to heat up.
Yeah.
I got that clip.
Gosh.
Oh my God.
What about that Android screen unlock joint?
It's all in there. It's in there.
Yeah. Speed it up a little bit too, so you know, so them people don't come after us playing.
You know what I'm saying? Let me try my best to do that for you.
All gravy. If not, let it rock.
All right, let it ride. All right, here we go. Here's the Twork clip from his second round. Oh my God. At that moment, I was like, oh, we back. We back, because even after the Android, there was still like 4 or 5 more bombs.
Yeah,
there was still so much more. Then he has the plenty dudes have metal in their boots where they
steel toe.
Steel toe. You got the never be out your element bar that he was like, I ain't running it back. Then he had you went from the DVD era to the DVD era. Or I'm gonna give it a whole bar. 20 years in battle rap, and it didn't go how you predicted. And now he drowns in all the liquor. He went from the DVD era to DVD era. But now your shit's too scuffed up for alcohol to fix it.
Oh my God.
Then he transitioned to another alcohol bar. He stays on this topic. He was like, you were signed to Busta Rhymes, and all you did was pass the Cavassier.
I know.
Oh,
I know, man.
Listen. As much as I love Mook's second round, and I think it opened up the clarity for me to understand why people have the debate, because they like the way that he raps. If you're a Murda Mook fan, or if you like that approach that he was bringing, I think he did enough for you to argue for him. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. But if we're talking about who's tailored, who's hitting the higher highs, who has the bigger haymakers, you know what I'm saying, the heavier bombs, I think it's Twork in the second round, man. You know what I'm saying? Because. By the way, I'd even say that 20 years later, they came to get me for Murda like Keefy D.
And he closed off strong, too. That was the thing. He didn't close off by shooting you in your fucking balls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gotta shoot him. Fucking balls over here. You know
the only thing that left me to be desired, obviously, Twork does have a strapped in the third round where he brings Briz out, and I wasn't that crazy about it. But if he had a strapped in that didn't involve bringing somebody out,
forget about it. If he
put it right there after the Android line,
DDT. That would have been the
one. That was the moment.
Yeah, that would have been the power driver.
Man.
Son should have called an audible or something, man. Just freestyle one.
It was absolutely incredible. I had to talk to him afterwards. I was like, yo, this was amazing. This is outstanding. I told him how much I love the Android bar, and he started to perform it, and he did the whole night thing on me. He was excited. He just put the blade on, like,
you're like, oh, could you night me? Take it out the right. Take it out the right. Could you zigzag me?
You know, Tata loved that Android bar.
Oh my god, she the Android queen. She's an Android queen for life. Yo, man, son. But
Woo!
Yeah, watching it before we got on the pod was just like, oh my god. Listen, if you got Twork winning that second, I'm not saying nothing. I'm gonna shut my dumb ass up.
I get it.
You are old head and you like the way that Mook was talking to the young boy, I'm gonna shut my dumb ass up. You know what I'm saying? Because I got entertainment factor for both. I will say the ending of Mook's second was just kind of like, damn, son. You know what I mean? But Twork, like you said, man, he just hit so many higher highs, right? So now we're at a unique point. Now, for me, I've got Twork winning the first. You know, his first, although it was laced with little hiccups in there, let's keep it 100. You know, it was still very powerful. So I'm looking at that. Then you get to the second, and it's like, damn, son, they both bombing, but this guy kept his clip up high. And on top of that, he did not, you know, fumble the pack at the end. But then, France, it gets interesting, man. We get into the third. And here comes Mook. He's still powering up, son. And his third was another. I mean, it was just clinical, dog. You know what I mean?
His third was like
just clinical.
I think it was just like a slight step below his second, but still very good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And obviously, this is just showing how Mook rode uphill. He was ready to take it to another notch every single round and go the distance because he knew, like, yo, you're gonna bring the punchlines, you're gonna bring witty lines, you're gonna bring. I can't stop that, but I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Dog. You just do you. I'm gonna do me, man. Yeah, it was more of the second round kind of talk. You know, Mook getting at him. And go ahead.
How'd you feel about the 2-0 chance?
I mean, hey, if that's how you felt, that's how you felt. You know, I can see how. I mean, come on, man. If I'm standing there in the first 6 rows and that man just did that freaking Android zigzag bar, my bitch ass gonna be screaming 2-0 too. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, when you stand back and you at the crib, you could be objectionable and go, okay. But man, I ain't mad at those people that felt that way though.
Boy, that third round for Mook just as on point as his first two. Oh, his first, I should say his second. Just as on point as his second. And Twork's third round, probably a little bit more on the choppier side. You know what I'm saying? A
little bit more on the choppier side, dog.
A lot of it more on the choppier side.
Come on, man. I was nervous. I was definitely nervous, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. This was going on in the first. Somehow it disappeared in the second. Now it's back in the third. Are we gonna make it out this third alive? Like, are we gonna get up out of here? And at one point, I'm thinking to myself, France, we ain't getting up out of here, dog. And all of a sudden, you hear, I'm strapped in. And then he goes into the, you know, the Pop Smoke routine and ends up bringing out Briz. And okay, I'm like, all right, Briz Rothstein is out here, but it didn't go his way. Like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening right now? And then Mook with the ad libs, he's the one that got punched in the face. He got ran out of here. He's the victim. He's the victim. So between Twork being choppy, and on top of that, some of the bars, it was just like, all right, man, you've bombed us away for the first 2 rounds. So now by the time we get to this third round, if it ain't through the roof, you know, man, and all that other Ringling brother ish, this is just gonna be all right, you know. So from him being choppy, him bringing Briz out, and then Mook just kind of like, what's going on here? Like, this is stupid, you know. It's like when Ill was rapping and his teeth popped out, and Big K was just like, fucking teeth popped out your head like your jibs. It's like that's how we looking at the situation, and it was just like, wow, man, this is Mook's third. Like, it's his third commanding. France, man, I gotta log back in, play. I gotta log out and log back in. Please take over. I'll be right back.
Yeah, put a ribbon on it. I'm giving this battle Twork 2-1. Honestly, I think I'm gonna throw the debatable tag, bro. I mean, like honestly, when you do the whole bar for bar breakdown, Twork has the higher highs, Mook has the lower lows, and he has more of the haymaker. So, like, I think it becomes a little bit more evident. But there is a preference and subjectivity that comes with battle rap that I feel like Mook presented enough of a case to give you that leeway to argue it. Like I see it. I see a lot of people that I know, people that is respected in the culture, have voices and platforms, have Mook. I don't mean I gotta agree with them, but I see the array of debate. Our Twitter poll has Twork 70%, Mook 30%, but make no mistake, this might be Mook's best performance today. I know you might like the rock material a little bit more. And while that shit was super tailored to rock and magnificent and effective and surgical, it just was in an empty room. So I'm always going to give the difficulty of rocking a stage more points and credits than the small room. And the Geechi performance, while it was good, we always said it, like there was still some heavy air balls in the battle, and it was strategically placed the way he turned the crowd against Geechi. But after a while, you kind of just, the first round's the biggest highlight of it. He might have hit the highest peak in that battle, but for a full 3 rounds, this battle was more complete. This battle gave me more of everything. He showed more range in this battle. He was able to consistently take it to the next level each round and just have so much more versatility. And I loved it. I don't see Vlad here. Where's it at? Where the hell is Vlad, man? I don't see you, Vlad. You say you here. I don't see you, brother. We got Dutch in the building. Dutch says Mook 2-1. You know what I'm saying? There you have it. Corito has a question, says the preference is substance or bars. Is this a valid discussion? See, the thing about substance, though, like what exactly is, what would you define as the substance? Are we back?
My bad, play. I clicked the wrong link, apparently. Pause.
Straight. So before we go to the next event, because we still got 3 more events to cover.
We'll rock out.
Corito has a question, says, is the preference between substance or bars a valid discussion with this battle? And I was just saying, what exactly do we define as substance? Because you can easily say Twork was more tailored and more direct than Mook was. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that becomes subjective, and I think that also comes down to a type of feel that you get to, you know what I mean, to a certain topic. Like if it hits closer to home, then you feel like there's more substance in that a lot of times. So that's all like subjective. But I feel like when you get bars that you can just apply it to the general public, like to people in everyday life terms and stuff like that, that's just going through the same things. Like when he's saying, "Y'all business, not my business," and all that stuff, is like that's something that's just applied to people in life. You know what I mean?
Y'all not authentic. Y'all gossip like women. Y'all blog like bitches. You talk about business that's not your business. Like that's like a stance that you could apply to life anywhere.
That's like, I know the majority of social media right now.
You know what I'm saying? And
you
like
got guys waking up just putting on their ring lights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just ready to go.
We're using ring lights, man. Take it easy, man.
Listen. Relax. Mind your business. Right?
Your business is my business.
Don't worry about your business.
Looking like kittens. Where y'all sitting? If your big dog don't zip it, yeah. So
you're gonna end up like Clifford. Oh my god.
Yeah, and Dutch says they're the same thing. Dutch, substance and bars. You're a rapper, Dutch. They're not the same thing, bro. There's people with bars and punchlines that have no feel to it, and people that have feel to it that just don't have lyrical complexity sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, am I lying, Beasley?
Yeah, man. So, all in all, yo, this is a debatable battle.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like Mook just kept powering up in the way that it kind of, when I say came apart in the third, like, it wasn't anything that was super destructive or anything like that. But I felt like, man, you had a good game plan. Everything was executing so well. And then, in the third, when it's time to bring it home, I just felt like Twork just didn't close the door. You know what I mean? And Mook, he kept persisting, So in a way, he just kind of like outlasted the younger guy in that ring,
Live,
But on
live to see another day.
right, but on the flip side, though, if you just like, yo, man, this dude was bombing on him for 2 rounds, and that's just how I call it, then that's on you. You know what I mean? But all in all, I'm just happy that the battle happened, that it was still dope, that it was still hype, that these guys still made it a thing to watch, you know, and talk about and go back and still enjoy it. Like I enjoyed watching it again. So they delivered, man. That wasn't an easy task to do, and they definitely brought it home. So salute to Mook, salute to Twork. Debatable battle. I personally have Mook edging it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But you know, just because he just kind of outlasted, man. He just kind of and I'm 43 years old. You know what I mean?
Can you tell this man that bars and substance are not the same?
Nah, they're not the same, man. You could just be able to flip styles and stuff like that and just have a bunch of similes. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's anything of substance per se. You could have bars and substance for sure, but they can be separate though, you know.
Absolutely.
They can be separate.
Well, let's spin the wheel, man. Let's go backwards. So we were talking about Sunday. Let's go to Saturday, man.
Overall, though, homecoming success. What do you think? Just closing thoughts. Gotta put a ribbon on it. You know what I mean? So much happened. Gotta put a ribbon on it.
I'll tell you what, if Rex and Chess would have finished, I would have felt much more better about the way the event was because opening battle left me a lot to be desired. I don't care about lopsided battles because I find replay value in dominance, and I enjoy somebody's individual performance. I love Suge's performance. Outside of Hustle's first round, I'm not watching again. I'm probably not gonna watch Geechi. And, I'm probably not gonna watch Geechi and Jones ever again. So you know, the event was kind of rough, but I'm glad the main event definitely saved the night.
Oh my goodness! Thank goodness. Yes, we did have some highlights. We did have some lowlights, but overall, I was entertained by the event. Don't get me wrong. I knew I was in for 8 hours. You know, so I definitely wasn't tripping about that, but I was entertained. I had fun watching it. I ain't mad at the event.
Queen of the Ring was across the street the day before in Brooklyn.
Sure was.
The return of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Panic Room 7 went down. We had Josh from OTFMZ commentating. We had Hurricane Duke commentating. We had Kels, Mob commentating. You know what I'm saying? The commentary team, you know what I'm saying?
A little rough around the edges there, boy.
They got loose, you know.
A little rough around the edges, player.
Yeah,
and they definitely could have used a few more ring lights over there, man. Like, what's going on here?
I'll tell you what, though, Josh is straight comedy. You know what I'm saying? He
was wilding, son.
He was wilding. He was definitely wilding. But if he wasn't wilding, what was gonna happen? That shit was getting kind of dry. He had to wild out. He had to turn up. You know what I'm saying? He had enough personality for it. It worked out.
Man, he was there. Salute to them, man. Salute to them. All right, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. I checked in during the first battle. It was skipping. It looked like a kung fu movie. I was out of there. I didn't know what was happening. Fortunately, they got that back together because it would have been an ugly look if that was the way the rest of the night happened. Now, this is what happened, friends. As you know, Culture 6 is going on in iBattle. Right, so at the crib, Queen of the Ring ain't happening. What's going on in iBattle? And there's nothing but fire battles happening. So I'm just over there at iBattle at this point. Periodically, I'll check back. Oh, Torture's battling Chirac. Okay, cool. Oh, wait a minute. iBattle got another battle coming up. I'm going over there. The venue was dope. It looked good. You know, the ring looked great seeing it. I wish the turnout was better, man. It was a little thin in there. It's like the people didn't know how to react, really. The ring, it was,
I
don't know, man. The vibe was just off.
There's a lot of things to like. It's just, there's this nostalgic feel, right? Everybody wants Queen of the Ring to come back, right? And it just feels like it's, damn, this is gonna sound fucked up, but like it just feels kind of like it feels kind of like just dated, or just like we haven't figured out exactly what it's going to transform into. Because like the ring, although it's given us such great memories, now it's just become a bit more of an awkward production, especially for those that have not been experienced in it. You know what I'm saying? The people that are there, they like, it's not packed, so it's not like they're not filling up the ring like how it was, and it's just this hollow.
You can't pull them camera tricks.
You can't. And more importantly, everybody that was there told me they couldn't really hear it. I'm surprised the audio was so good for us at home because they told me they were there. They were there and they couldn't hear it as well. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, bro. Like
and then Vague looked like he was on sedatives, just no energy, just dragging. You know, Babs was trying to do her thing. I ain't gonna lie, you know, but babes, Vague, man, his son just looked out of it. You know, Debo's trying to do his thing, and it just always looked like things that just kind of pulled together. And I don't know, man, the vibe just be off, and it's just not enough people in there to really get the energy where it needs to be. And then the ring is great, but when you don't have people packing the house out and acting accordingly, it's just like you said, man, it's just one big production. And the level of rapping, you know, does it match this whole big production?
No.
You know what I mean?
The disparity of talent doesn't help neither.
No, not at all, man. France, let's get into the notable battles from this one.
Yeah.
And then get up out of there.
I will say, out of the undercard, shouts to Rock Lee. I think she did it right. She did her thing.
That was interesting.
She definitely did her thing. And did Torture smack J Love's glasses at one point? You saw that shit, right? She's like,
I don't know. I checked out because ibattle was having a fire battle. And you know, of course I tuned in. I'm like, Torture, J Love. Never know what can happen. Let's see what can happen. And then all I'm hearing is this: when the gun tuck to the whip, and it's I'm like, oh god, they're talking about how they gonna beat each other up with guns, and I'm like, oh, fire battle on ibattle. I'm out of here, man. So I don't know.
ibattle had the best event of the weekend, honestly. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to them. Yeah. Not much to stand up from the undercard. I did like Rock Lee and Chirac's performance. They were solid, you know what I'm saying? But the co-main event, the main event.
TS was good.
She did her thing.
Let me give her props. Tia S did well. I like the way she commanded the ring and all that stuff. She had her bars. It was good. I was entertained. Tia S, you did your thing. I didn't want to lose focus of that.
The co-main event, honestly, was the best battle of the card. Shooney and KCJ.
Yeah. Yo, KCJ was on point once again, son.
Yeah.
This is two of them things in a row. I like this Casey that I'm seeing. I've been critical of Casey in the past, you know, but I got nothing to say about these last two. She's found a groove. She's doing her thing. She went in. She remembered all her bars.
Rode uphill.
You know, and Shooney, it's like a broken record. Got everything to be great. You're a great battle rapper when you remember your bars. She had some moments. It cost her every time. It cost her this time. But she did have some good moments. But in the grand scheme of things, I will take that over the other battles that we had throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, you know, there's definitely a cleaner performance from Shooney. Not 100%. You know what I'm saying? You don't get those all the time, but much cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Much more aggression. Definitely kept the energy alive. Gave everybody what they wanted. Best battle of the night. Casey's third round. Really enjoyed that a lot. You know what I'm saying? She started flipping her name. Started getting into the scheme of her name. And honestly, it felt like that battle is what probably gave the best feel of Queen of Ring nostalgia.
Vintage,
you know
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're both very experienced.
That was the closest we got to it.
Yeah, Casey's been in the ring, you know, before, because the main event, Coffee hadn't been in the ring before, so it was her debut. But Shooney and Casey obviously well experienced there, so it felt like they both knew what to. They hadn't been there in years, but they knew what it was like to be there, and they're like, "Oh, we know what to do to make this place like liven up." Yeah, and they did that. Honestly, I got to give them a ton of credit, honestly, because great back and forth, live up to their expectations. Not too much blip from Shooney, you know what I'm saying? Relatively clean. Did you know Shooney was like
what happened?
Did you know Shooney was Latina? Did you knew that?
Yeah, and she like Puerto Rican.
Yeah, you know, for some reason, like I guess
you're a Rican sitter, like my verse watching your kids.
Yeah, and I don't see you repping with, you know. I don't see you repping with, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us, and I don't hear your name. I don't hear your name mentioned.
And my father sold keys. He was a king.
Yeah. I guess it slipped my mind because, like, you know, I'll be repping with the squad, and they never mention your name.
I don't know, man. Maybe she's been exiled from Latino Heat, man. She been excommunicated.
I don't know. Soccer does the same, you know what I'm saying? Soccer be laying low key, you know what I'm saying?
Word. Yo, Corito asked this question, man.
Yeah.
We got to give Shooney the same energy we give Clips, fair or no?
Nah, because she gives effort. Her memory just fails her more times than not. Clips is consciously coming in there not giving effort.
Yeah. She'll have the bars and then she'll have an OCD attack and not have touched the doorknob 7 times. She only touched it 6 times, and she's thinking about that the whole ride to the battle. And then as the coin is flipping, she's like, damn, I didn't touch the doorknob that 7th time. I didn't touch it that 7th time. And then she messes up in the battle. So that happens a lot. Clips just be like 15, 20,000.
And even when she's had her moments where, like, the performance is not tight, there's always bars there. I'm not going front. And King, to your message, I guess it just slipped my mind. I guess I just forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she needs to be in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? But it always prevents her from being competitive at times where, like, a battle is always out of her reach because of it. You know what I'm saying? I even felt this way about this battle. I feel like this battle has a clear winner.
Which one? The Casey and Shooney?
Yeah, definitely. I feel that way.
Yeah, Casey won. But it was a good joint, you know.
Right.
Slippage aside.
Facts. And so
main event, bruh.
I got thoughts on this.
Oh, Lord. Let them know, man.
You know, when I first watched it, it didn't give what it was supposed to give. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't bring that main event energy. You know what I'm saying? It didn't deliver.
It didn't leave any crumbs.
Nah, it left
crumbs.
It left the whole plate. You know what I'm saying? You like my cooking? I ate before I got here. You know what I'm saying? I only want a little bit. I didn't need to eat this much. Nah.
I'm on a diet.
You feel me? But I got to watch it back for the show, and I kind of like some of the stuff 40 had a little bit more on a replay.
Yo, all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this simple. Her delivery first 2 rounds.
Yep.
Ass, yo. Like, it was just bad. Like, really bad. Now, we know 40 to be laid back most of the times, and sometimes she turns up, like in the hustle battle, like in the John battle. Like, we've seen her turn up, but for the most part, she's laid back. This was an even more laid back version of that. And on top of that, it didn't seem like she had commanding control of her material. So it's just like, you're not delivering this with any confidence at all. Sure. Is it written well enough? She's 40 bars. She can write together. Even her worst stuff is still going to have some stuff in there that you're going to like. However, the delivery was just, oh my goodness. It was just so anemic. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was just bad. And Coffee Brown, man, to her credit, you know, she was good. She was performing well in that ring. She was nervous about that. She was projecting well. She had a delivery. She definitely had her bars and all that stuff. And then in true Queen of the Ring fashion, these ladies was wilding. What I was talking about, I'm like, this is the second time in the weekend we done heard about pegging and all that. I'm like, what's going on here? And someone's, I don't even. Anywho, that's their business. Let me mind my business, so that's lady business. So, right. And Coffee Brown, never leave it to homeless shame or unhomed shame women. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it. And she gets at 40 bars for being a landscaper, which is kind of interesting. I'm like, I can't imagine 40 bars right in that van in the beginning of the day with all the workers. And he's just out there in the field. You know what I'm saying? And she's 40 bars, but I salute the hustle though. You know what I mean? Get it however you need to get it. I just
This is
think
Swamp.
her,
This is Swamp. This is
what I'm saying. Why her and Swamp can't get together and make this happen, son? Like her and Swamp need to get together. He needs to show her the ropes so she can have her own business. So she can stop minding her business, man. I don't want to see 40 bars riding in the back with a bunch of migrants. You know what I'm saying? I want to see her holding her own business. You know.
Her first round made me so nervous because she was rapping like Vlad is looking to the left, and now he's looking at the camera because I'm trying to remember my bars as he's laughing in
and
his
I can't
live.
look at my phone right now. Yeah.
So like the pacing was just off, man. The pacing was off. You know what I'm saying? And her second round, obviously, I did like the skin bleach bar. Then she went to that whole angle about her baby daddy, and that was just a messy angle. That was just like,
let's mind our business.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind a messy angle. People gave me some angle punches that was dope, but all the best punches weren't about the angle. But like,
son, yeah, absolutely. There were no punches. It was just like, well, like, it's the exposing hour.
Right. and so like because then when she got out that bag, she had there's so many cornballs in this field. It amazes me. Like that's just I think that's
right.
Yeah. You're selling stories bar. I'm obviously saying she sells real estate. You selling stories.
Yeah, that was fire.
The Sammy Sosa bar. Then she got into the chain punch. She was like, cut your lips, expand your vernacular, make it count like Dracula, carve and ride like the Maximum. It was, you know what I'm saying? So
too late at that. That's when she finally started getting a hint. This is when she reminded me of who she is. I said, this is the 40 bars who, you know, I was expecting to see. You know what this reminded me of? Remember when we went to go see, and it was 40 versus Couture.
Yes.
And this gave me and I'm thinking, this is the 40 bars that people are flying out to see. Like, I'm not being wowed by this performance right here. And I'm standing right next to the ring. I'm like, what's going on here? And this was even worse than that delivery-wise. But towards the end of that second round, and then the third round, she got back to being 40, and she was delivering like, oh, I know this round. And it was dope. But by that point, too little, too late, man. Coffee was up 2-0 already. And you know, it is what it is, man. She did a thing.
I see the debate because I think like 40 had more, like she was better lyrically. You know what I'm saying? I like the like she had a bar about Couture, like Couture canceled Christmas with her presence and you didn't get to rap. Like that's fire.
Yeah. No, she had bars, but you got to put everything though, man.
You getting rocked if you see Meteor, right? Like that's fire. You feel me?
I smelled that one coming a mile away. I did. I was watching the battle. I watched it right before we got online.
I see. You know what? I'm gonna spin the tapes. I'm gonna spin the tapes because I've heard Hilo. When Hustle had a rock right on rock like Hilo Griffith. You like, and I'm like, yo, play. You ain't heard no Hilo Griffiths right on rock bar. You're like, yeah, but that was fire. And now you doing it. You turn it to the inflatable tool, man. I caught you, man. You got agendas, man. It's okay. I got agendas too.
Whatever, dog. But nah, man. Yo. But it was too little too late, though. She did have good bars, but her delivery was just shout out some of Coffee's bars. I said all the 40s. Some of Coffee's bars. You got 100 followers. They all get led. I like that joint. Ceiling challenge with a sniper scope. We shot from the roof. Still on 40, and the charges go from assault to embezzlement. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to check my offenses as a minor before I make something major happen. You know what I'm saying? I like that. The bare minimum bar she had was dope. You know what I'm saying? I broke my hymen with a 14. I called it a pie. That was crazy. Yeah. You get a 3.1. You talking about stuff at 3.1 up the couch. I was like, what? You took your own virginity with cocaine?
For the Dragon Ball Z for the Dragon Ball Z people, she had a Vegeta bar. Vegeta bar, so you son in the trunks.
Okay.
Because Vegeta's a character. His son's name is Trunks. Vegeta's son's name is Trunks.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, son. Mm-hmm. How about the bar she had about 40 with her team 40 and all that?
That kind of got
what?
Blade, she had a blade like Model X, open car on each side, a lot of car flips. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 40's doing what to who in Team 40? On the what?
Listen, it was not my business. It's not my business.
Let me stay out my business.
Business is not my business. You know what I'm saying?
Queen of the Ring business. But that was wild, yo.
If you told me at the top of 2023, 40 bars would lose a Twitter poll to Yoshi G and Coffee Brown, I wouldn't have believed it because I just know how her fan base is online. And the Yoshi battle, obviously, there's no real winner in that battle for real. But the fact that the public is siding with her opponents in these battles, and I'm just shocked because there was nobody with a more dominant online presence than 40, aside from Jazz. And like, you feel me?
What it is, man. Hey, I don't know, man. Change of the guards, I guess, man.
Change of the guards, putting a ribbon on Coffee Brown's fantastic 2023. You know what I'm saying?
She did a thing this battle. She definitely did her thing this battle. I was
she did her thing this year.
Yes. Listen, she did her thing. I'll say this. It has been a steady incline for 40 this year. I mean, not 4. I'm sorry for Coffee this year. It's been a steady incline. I will say that from where she started versus Twork to where she's at now. I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I'll leave it there.
Definitely the best year of her career. Puts a ribbon on another potential WOTY run, and now it's in the hands of the ladies in the panel. So to Coffee Brown for a fantastic 2023. And, you know, when we were watching Queen of the Ring, though, across the street, you know, a lot of transactions were happening.
Oh, my gosh. ibattle was wilding.
ibattle did not disappoint.
ibattle was wilding. Shroom Platoon was wilding, son. France, yo. That dude, Los Preem.
Yeah.
Bruh. Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Takeaway from the weekend.
Absolutely crazy this weekend.
No,
Danny Myers, you are a legend and all that. Salute to you for giving this young man a shot. He took his from close range. Oh my gosh.
Yo, he was the biggest takeaway from ibattle that weekend. A whole star was born. He might even had one of the bars of the weekends.
I caught a homie in one. Shot you. You think you gonna put me in a plot? Guess you put in a plot. That's a great mistake. Another Obden tag, colostomy bag. I'm laying waste. You'll get pistol whipped. Another Obden tag. Another Obden tag, colostomy bag. I'm laying waste. You'll get pistol whipped till it's a broken record, the banger break. He got beat with the machine, and his time of death was 808.
You see that room, bro? You see Tay-Rock's face? See Lady Caution's face? You see Marv One's face?
That was crazy.
Bro, at one point of the battle, Danny Myers grabbed his hand and like
yeah, when the battle was over, he was like, I lost. I lost.
I lost my 15th battle this year, but I still got 25 more of them things.
It's okay. It's only my 38th battle of the year. It's okay.
I'm still to go.
Son. All right. So at that point, there was some battle going on Queen of the Ring. Yeah. I was like, oh, let me see what's going on in ibattle. And I was like, oh, Danny. Okay, let me check this out. So I thought it was the beginning of the battle, but Danny already rapped. So I missed Danny's round. And then Los Preem started rapping. And I was just looking at my phone and saying, who is this kid that is wilding? And he just had bomb after bomb after bomb. I'm thinking the round is over. Nope, still bombing. Still, Danny's just standing there getting cooked. Like the temperature is just increasing. It's just getting hotter and hotter. Homeboy's just getting flame broiled. It was, oh my gosh, yo. Los Preem, salute to you, man. I definitely want to see another battle from you. I definitely want to see where you take things. I was thoroughly impressed. Granted, it is a 1-round battle, so I will take everything with a grain of salt for sure.
Sure.
But boy, did he ever take advantage of that 1 round, France.
Hey, listen, man. A lot of those 1-rounders on ibattle was better than a lot of 3-round battles we've seen the entire weekend.
That's for sure.
And I want to say this to ibattle too. Like, between the production, which they ran on a timely schedule. They had a ton of battles, but they had it in windows, so you knew when to check in for certain batches that you wanted to check for. The production was A1. You know what I'm saying? The one rounders was fire. You got a bunch of heavy hitters on the card that all came and showed up.
Right.
You know nobody mailed it in.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Duchess. You know what I'm saying? And Chris.
Yeah.
They motherfucking held it down.
Yo, they are some iBattle degenerates.
iBattle. Let me tell you this.
iBattle battle this week. About this guy and that guy.
Let me tell you this, right? Because first they asked Duchess to do the commentary for the last event with Tony Bro.
Yeah.
Tony Bro was on RNT, so he made it late. So Duchess had to ask Chris, like, hey, you come to every iBattle event, you want to just step in? He's like, you sure? Well, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? She's like, yo, just be yourself, man. You know all these guys, you come to all this, like, he is an iBattle degenerate. You know how there's iBattle.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? And so this time around,
he's top 0.6 of iBattle fans.
And so this time around, Lex didn't even ask Duchess. She asked Chris directly. And then come to find out, Duchess is like, what you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm covering iBattle. She's like, wait, what? How am I just now finding this out?
Look at this battle rap, man, breaking up happy homes. Lex, you a dirty dog, man. Lex will behind her back.
She was like, all right, we out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, it was definitely mad entertaining, yo. It was mad entertaining. And then Feebu, yo, him versus Tay-Rock, son. I gotta admit, him versus Geechi Gotti. I was like, oh, he's at iBattle. It was cool. Geechi showed up and performed like it was Summer Madness. I said, oh man, Feebu got some things to work on. Then I saw that face-off on Champion. I'm thinking, okay, all right. Feebu's talking crazy. If he's bringing the same material he brought versus Gotti, he's gonna get smoked again. And then France, Feebu was snapping. He was wilding. His whole round was flames. It was fire. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, man, this dude really wrote his life out for Tay-Rock. Rock better be on point, because if he's not, this round is definitely a round that can beat several people, of caliber. It was that good to me. Rock was not playing. Rock brought you 110% of that Tay-Rock that you have come to expect, and he went berserko. Look at this sweaty fool.
The part where I get into that AMG flow. Should have brought my alter ego, the contacts and tuxedo. You know what rhymes with Phoebo? I'm a hero. This a free throw. If this battle was booked for 3 rounds, it'll be a 3. You know what rhymes with Phoebo? You know what rhymes with Phoebo? Are you Latino? I don't know if this white boy is Mexican, Cuban, or Filipino, but he looked like an Indian Pakistani from Puerto Rico. Are you a real sick Cortez or Don Marino? Which one are you?
Which one are you, Vlad?
Yo, who's the human meme over here? Who is this? With the Hennessy bottle. Why does he have a whole bottle? He does not look like he should be holding a whole bottle of Hennessy to drink by himself. Why does he have a whole bottle of Hennessy to drink? Who is this guy?
Salute to him. Salute to him. I don't want to,
all right, my bad. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. He's like that everywhere. He's the life of the party.
All right, hey.
Are you a real sick Cortez or Don Marino? Finito, gun butt him, his teeth go. I wipe off the gun like, nigga, what you got on my 40? I'm Debo. I wipe off the gun like, nigga, what you got on my 40? I'm Debo. Shot in the car, body part lost when the heat blow. They find a finger and toe in a whip. It's a repo. I reach for the arm and clap.
Bruh. One thing about Rock that I feel like, we was having this conversation one day in the staff writers chat about how battle rappers have certain attributes that they don't get identified with, right? Because they call Sean a performer, but in his essence, he's a puncher. He's literally punchlining every single bar. Right. And Rock, they just call him a gun bar king, but he's a puncher. He's punching all the time. And more importantly, I think it's funny when a lot of the guys that love multisyllabics never include him in the conversations because he's easily a 3-piece, 4-piece, multi-syllable guy that's going to stay in the pocket for 20, 30, 40 bars at a time. And he's got a ton of humor. He's got a ton of things he could do that he just doesn't really do on URL because those matches are a little bit more high pressure. Or if he's giving a shot, he's got somebody that's hungry, trying to take his head off. So you don't really get a chance to have that leeway at times. But here you can clearly see like, oh, I could joke. Watch this. I'm gonna stay in a multi. I'm a joke. I'm gonna bring energy. I'm a punchline, and I loved it, bro. He brought 110
universe, man.
He brought 110% for ibattle, and even though he said so 1 round, but as if it was 3, it'd be 3-0. The man rapped 3 rounds worth of material in the 1-rounder. He was going for a minute.
I gotta say this, man. The atmosphere, the people there, you know, everything. It was just all set up lovely, man. The production of it, everything was just dope. Thank goodness that was happening that night, because if it was only the event that was going on across the street at that point in time that night, oh man, Saturday night would have had a whole different feel. So I thank ibattle for having fire battles that night. Now, my old ass fell asleep a little early, so I did not get to see Rum Nitty. I didn't get to see quite a few of them, man. Talk to me about some highlights for the rest of that night.
Oh, CJ had an amazing idle bar for Rum Nitty. I wish I had a clip of it. I didn't get a chance to get a clip of that, but that shook the fucking room. He did the formula to, you know, beat Rum Nitty, which is, let me just rap 3 times as long as you. You know what I'm saying? And he came clipped up with 90 seconds. CJ rapping.
That,
yeah. Nitty's gonna strangle somebody one day. Well, maybe he knew he got the loaded Lux battle. Well, like the loaded
rapping too long.
The loaded Lux battle is booked. It's going down the first quarter. So he's buying. He's like, you know what? Do whatever you want. I already got.
Yeah, whatever. I got my front end. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? So the idle bar was
good for a brother this year.
The idle bar was crazy. I do got a clip of A-Ward and Appa. Their main event was fire.
3 rounds?
3 rounds.
Oh man, I gotta catch up on these joints.
Yeah, their main event was a very good John. Huh?
Who won?
Come on, man. You know who you're talking to?
How'd he celebrate? 6 or 12 pack?
We went out afterwards. You know,
6 or 12 pack?
Nah, not too much. We just you know what I'm saying, we hit the bar. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I'm on the die. I'm only drinking these tall boys. Hey, anybody got a deuce, Mickey?
I said I take care of myself Monday through Friday. Today's Saturday.
Pork rinds and grind time. We watching battles. Woo!
Yo, it's the last time you allowed to do this to my client, man.
Me? You don't want joining in?
He started it.
You see, you're like chess. You knew you should have left it alone, but here you are, antagonizing, pushing things along.
Now I'm Rex. That'll make me Rex. You know what I'm saying? I took it to another level.
Now I want to go outside and fight. Fight. No second half. Come on, Rex. Don't you want to battle? Come on, let's rap. Oh, the left-handed bandit, man.
Their battle was fire. So I didn't get just to watch SoCon in homeschool. I think that was during either Shooney and Casey or 40 and Coffee. One of the battles was going on at the time, so I had to pick, and I want to watch the main events, co-main event. So I didn't watch it, but I heard it was entertaining. I seen a message here from D Good and said that it was equally entertaining. I'll take the word for it.
All right.
I'll take their word for it. And JC went crazy out there. You know what I'm saying? JC had a nice COVID bar.
Round, man. He had a good one.
It's been about time. He had a good round. You know what I'm saying? And
and not so sad though.
Not so quick.
You've been an ass lately.
You having close battles with Authentic?
Oh,
let me chill. Everybody chill out. We just
it
chill.
was nighttime, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'll tell you what, man. You know, that Murda Mook quick draw bar, if JC would have said, the nigga would have been shaking ass for that bar, right?
Hey, yo, relax. I don't like that slogan. I don't want to hear that anymore on the show.
Oh, now.
I don't want to hear that one on the show. I
It's too late.
revolt. That word, man.
All
Little
right.
ditty.
But ibattle, fun event, man. And honestly, Lex deserves a ton of credit. I feel like his league is being ran the way that I want to see URL run their league. You know what I'm saying? Their battles are being streamed on their app. You know what I'm saying? The battles. I'm not one of the people that are crazy about YouTube drops, but he hasn't neglected YouTube, so he does the app drop and also goes to the YouTube as well. He has the VOD available with the commentary there too. So if I want to go back to that, I can find it. Like he just does all the little things that I want to see. URL do because they also are in the market with an app. But more importantly, he takes advantage of his niche audience. So I got nothing but respect for him.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Two different facets of battle rap, two different levels of responsibilities, two different things going on. You know what I mean? But to follow up though, he's definitely fundamentally he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and it reflects in his league and how the battlers also, think about the league also. So it's definitely doing his thing with that one.
I concur. So that wraps up pretty much Saturday.
That's Saturday.
Yeah, that's Saturday. And Friday night. Boy, oh boy, Friday night.
Oh man.
A lot to discuss there.
Cancel.
So before we go to the battles, I saw Charlie clips.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you guys took a picture and all that. The Jedi mind tricks.
Clips, you can't play him on me. I play the back. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Clips, how are you? Good to see you, Charlie. Charlie.
He told me to tell Titus thank you.
You
know what I'm saying? Because obviously he did a whole media scheme, dissing all the media, and we weren't in it. And I just thought it was hilarious that we kind of actually started the bonfire, but we weren't in the scheme.
I was a little disappointed, man.
I told him, I was like, hey, I appreciate you not putting me in the scheme. He goes, no, tell Titus that thank you. Your article is the one that got me motivated. Like, that's what got me to perform like this. Like, that's what, like, he pretty much said, like, Titus was right for what he said. He has the right to say what he says and report on what he reports on. And he has some merit to what he was saying. And he gave him a ton of credit that, like, it came from a place that he knew it wasn't, like, just outright slander and hatred. It was coming from a genuine, like, yo, we expect better from you. And he took it in stride. And that goes what happens. That's what happens when you have journalistic integrity.
Oh, yeah. But you never know how these guys are going to receive these write-ups and stuff like that, because it's got to be a tough thing to read. But Clips has gotten so much money over the past few years that, like, I'm sure nobody wants to read stuff like that, but man, when you're comfortable in life, it's a lot easier to take critique and say, all right, I'll get you on the next one, and I'll say this overall, because we are 2 hours and 15 minutes into this epic Mega Monday podcast. I will say this. There was definitely more effort there. I enjoyed it more than his previous battles. I definitely saw effort being put, especially into the first round. Eclipse is so good, man. He knows how to manipulate everyone, and he knows how to manipulate the situation. And I definitely felt like at times he got bailed out, man, when he went to reach for C3 and, see the boss, her girlfriend interjected. And then, now, a part of the round that was really dry. Now, all of a sudden, Clips has a chance to freestyle his way up out of there and turns it into a moment and into an enjoyable moment. So besides his first being good, from him just coming back, addressing everything, his second was going, then he found a moment, and I'm like, all right. And in the third round, he announces from the jump he's having a son and everything like that. He almost didn't make the battle. I'm like, well, he got me here, Clips. Like, it's like singing a gospel song at the Apollo. It's kind of hard to root against you now. You know what I mean? And then he just did enough to kind of
still have some
mad at him. Yeah,
no, still have some schemes to get left in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, that number scheme.
I I'm not cheering for no Ron Jeremy bars. What are you doing, Clips?
Yeah, that point scheme was a little crazy, Clips.
Take it easy, Clips. All right. But that battle was solid, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to C3. C3 came up to me afterwards, she's like, it's your fault that this happened to me.
C3, like, you still didn't get Clips on 100. Like this this was a better Clips than normal, but please trust and believe. He didn't want to be there. He was gonna cancel on the battle, but Remy was like, yo, nah, Couture's not coming.
Fool. Nah, fool.
Nah, fool. You coming to this battle, fool. Clips was trying to weasel, not weasel his way out of it. Clips was trying to get out of this battle because, all right, he is having a son, you know, and he was in the hospital, he was saying. So I definitely respect that. But she was like, nah, fool, what's the due date? Let me speak to the doctor. Let me get a note. Let me make sure. And Clips was like, let me get on this plane. You already got one cancellation. So, yeah, because if he would have canceled, son, oh my gosh, man, that would have been ridiculous. But he made it through. He did enough to make it a watchable battle. Not mad at that. Stepped his game up. Good for him.
Look, he cut the turnovers down and went to the free throw line a few more times. All right, you know what I'm saying? The plus minus.
I wouldn't get excited though, man. I wouldn't get excited, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So solid battle. Opening battle, Taz and Shice Raw. Oh, man. You know what? I'm ready to spin the block on that because when I recapped it Saturday morning, you know, I was kind of like, you know, like I don't really want like Shice Raw's on my list of battles. I don't really want to see rap again, to be honest. And Taz, I was like, you know what, Taz, let's take it easy. Taz, it's gonna take her some time. But then she read the recap article and was like, when did I say? You know, I'm gonna read this. Hold on. Read this here. Yeah, no, we're gonna read this. That's what we're gonna do.
Fast shooting back, throwing the water bottle back.
Yeah, she says to J Smo, when did I say I was torturing kids in my bars? And then J Smo quotes her. You said, I'll kill every kid in your bloodline section. Then you also said, I will make your kid suck a pit bull's dick. Those are things you said. And she goes, so you taking the bar out of context. Kill doesn't equate to torture. Do you know what the word torture means?
She's from Philly, man. You got to separate the two. You got torture specialists, and you got people who specialize in just taking you out, yo. She clearly knows the difference, B. She's from Philly, man. She's from Philly.
You're justifying this.
No, of course not, man. I'm kidding. Like it's a bit much. Just listen. You won the battle. You know. You
no. But then we can keep going. We can keep going. How about this? All right, fine. We can keep going. Then obviously Shice has the bars about her being friends with the blogger, and then she's like, "Well, I'm just a moderator. You know what I'm saying? And being a moderator for somebody don't mean you're their friend."
Oh yeah.
I'm like. Doing a free job for somebody out of that's a lot for somebody you don't rock with.
Hey, I mean, it really doesn't mean that you are friends, though. Yeah, a lot of these bloggers may just be using people. Like, oh, you on here enough? I don't got time to do this. Moderate for me. If you ain't getting paid or any perks or anything like that, you just doing it for free. Y'all ain't friends.
That's a wild rebuttal.
I mean, but what a wild person to moderate for.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say, Taz, get back to the circuits where you can keep developing because I'm not paying to see you on a card again for a while.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of that battle. It was all right. Not even all right. Like I'm always gonna tune in still. You know, she's battling on the small car bars and roads, whatever. I'm gonna pay attention. I want to see her develop. But I want to see the progression.
But mainstream had like pay-per-view lights, like is this something like you know what I'm saying?
But you know what though? You gotta be fair to her too, man. Because with these new people, it's kind of like sometimes folks don't know when you read something about you, it's a little different than just hearing some blogger say something about you, because at times you can say, oh, this person, whatever. But when you read something, it affects you a little bit differently. And sometimes it's just a reflection of what they see. And okay, did I really say this? Or how did and people don't know how to react to that at times. So, you know, she's early in the game. She's still new. Give her some grace. It's all good. But next battle, though, man, we had a France. I can't hear you. You're muted. Nah, I don't hear you. It shows the muted sign too on your thing.
Yo.
There you go.
Sorry about that. Yeah, you know, we'll give it some grace, but you know, keep developing. You know, they got a G League. You know what I'm saying? Keep developing. You know what I'm saying? Want you on TNT. We want to see you. You know what I'm saying? When we go, regardless. E Hard and QB.
This had that feel, son. This had that feel. This was a fire battle. This was the battle of the night.
This was good.
This was the battle of the night to me.
By default, by default for real too, because I guess the rest of the battles. But Hart's second round, one of the rounds of the weekend, you know what I'm saying? She went ballistic. Absolutely lost her mind. How do you die?
Yeah.
How do you die from a heart beating?
Yeah.
Bruh. We never see this bitch again like a stimulus.
Yeah.
I could use 1,200.
I could use 12. I'll take anything. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm Haitian, bro. Like, you want $5? Yeah, sure. That's like my mom be like, you want this case of water? Yes. Why would I not want this case of water? I'll take the blanket too. But yo, you know what's ill? All right, so first round, E Hart. Dude, I'm like, man, she's so lyrical, so many bars. This round is crazy. E Hart QB goes. She lightens up on the disrespect a lot, but she still, her delivery is disrespectful. And I said, oh yes, this is the right amount. This right here. So to me, the first round was equal levels of entertainment, man. I was equally as entertained by E Hart's bars as I was with QB's humor, her delivery, and her little evil creativity. You know what I mean? It was just two different styles that I definitely enjoyed both of their first rounds equally. I gotta say that, you know. But second round though,
Hart lost her mind in that second round.
Hart went. It's stupid though,
bruh. She round of the motherfucking one of the rounds of the weekend. Honestly, like this was the E Hart I've been wanting to see for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because real talk, like she's been winning her battles this year, but again, like I you know, messed up in a round in each of them. Like the competition wasn't so, you know. Yeah, I don't know. This is a lot that like I just like. If you're an E Hart family, like I'm looking for more. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like I didn't get my fix watching these battles. This one right here.
Yeah, this one. I got my fix. She was full E Hart.
Got my fix and some. You know what I'm saying?
No phones.
No,
none of that. E Hart was cooking, man. But QB definitely made it like a battle worth definitely watching. I had a great time, man.
Oh,
Vlad, did you watch Twork? Mook again? Think you will change your mind? Twork 2-1 clear. All right, I did watch it again before we started the pod, and to me, Mook just outlasted. But if you got Twork winning 2-1 clearly, I see the vision. I see why. The bombs he was dropping if you're just going who won round one, you can go Twork. Who won round two? Twork. Boom. All right, whatever. Battle is over. But to me, I look at the battle in totality, and to me, it felt like Mook just kept powering up. And the way that Twork mishandled that third, man, to me, that kind of cost him. But if you got him winning, I ain't mad at all, man. His bars were through the roof. I might watch it tomorrow and be like, yo, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but it's a good battle.
It did feel like at times QB kind of reverted back to her disrespect bag instead of like the bar bag she had like against like Caution or like RX. And I wish she kind of got back to that more than the disrespect lane with E Hart, because when Jay Smo did his recap.
Could you imagine her as a squirter? Why would I want to do that? Why would we want to do that?
He's talking about the bar QB had towards E Hart, where QB said, "Imagine E Hart as a squirter."
Oh.
and Jason says,
"Could you imagine her as a squirter? Why would I want to do that? Why would we want to do that? Could you imagine her as a squirter? Why would I want to do
that?" So was utterly disgusting.
Oh my god!
Why would I want to do that?
The young goat.
GTA Smo, yo, this is wild, man.
Woo, man.
Oh, wow.
I guess we could close out the weekend with the main event of Friday night. I mean, the podcast. Big K and Jazz the Rapper. Another main event that didn't give what it was supposed to give.
It wasn't giving enough.
Not at all.
Yeah, man. A little underwhelming of a battle, especially for that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When the battle was announced, I said, all right, I'll watch it. I don't like it, but I will watch it.
Stylistically, it was a battle that people were like, I'm confused as to what can really be said here. But when you're the implications and the timing, that's why everybody was invested.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like it. I'm thinking to myself, why don't we have this Big Kane easy matchup? Why are you guys talking about doing this in 2024? This makes no sense.
You know, I want to give you an exclusive. So now we're at the end of the show. If you've made it this far, you got a gem.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Word from behind the scenes, from my people to my peoples to my peoples. Big K was very adamant about trying to get that easy battle.
What?
And Easy had his eyes set somewhere else.
Interesting.
Okay.
We'll look for further developments from that one.
Yeah,
see how that transpires. But
I
ain't like that, man. I ain't like that. But
yeah, it'll make me smile. Jazz's first round was fire though. She lit him up in the first round. You know what I'm saying? And I thought her first round was like, okay, her first round for everybody. She's battles so far this year.
Yeah,
Clips, Rum, Twork.
Yeah.
Woo, on point. So I thought we were going to get Jazz in that bag. And you know, Big K had that. They took me out the blue room because you put Remy in the red.
Right, yeah, that was fire.
He was cooking, and then he turned the stove off.
He's stupid. Listen, man. All right, we've been here long enough. This battle, the last couple Jazz battles where she did battle guys, she battled Loso, fire. She had the other one versus Rum, dope. Minus the 28 steps forward, 16 steps back, whatever. Other than that, fire. And in this battle, it went back to I'm not enjoying this. Like, they look like this is a task, man. This is like laborious for them to perform in battle. And for me, it was an arduous task just to watch. And Big K admitted it. He said, man, this was a lot different than I thought it would be. Like, he looked uncomfortable, out of his element. And on top of that, he didn't push the creativity levels. He didn't try to outbar or get too crazy. It was just one of those straight direct, make me a sandwich, you this, you that. And
yeah, the approach is lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy. And then, you have Jazz. She choked. When has Jazz ever choked? Jazz choked. So I didn't like that, and I don't know, just the battle overall was just kind of like, all right, man, can we get this thing over with already? That's how I kind of felt about it.
Her second round, it was just crazy because she still had, she had the material to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got real technical. I went back to see all the total stumbles and how hard it was, the recovery. Like, she went a whole 7 seconds without rapping in that second round. By the king of the dot judge rule book that they use for the judge battles. That's a choke. 7 seconds is a choke. Wow. So that's a choke. You know what I'm saying? And she also stumbled after that at some point. And then they also had the verbal slippage of narcissist. You know what I'm saying? That was a little more funny. That was a little more funnier though. That worked out, in her favor. But the rest of it was still like, damn. And so, like, content wise, I was kind of liking when she had more, but like fundamentally, like, it just wasn't fluid enough for it to connect with me. And then in her third round, she had 2 hard stumbles and 2 more verb slippages. So it's a total package of like 6-7 slips.
Right, and I mean, Big K had a choke.
His slip up. He did slip up, and his was like literally 4 seconds. But he kept saying the last bar and got back. He finessed it. Yeah, like he knew how to cover it up more than she did. Hers was like a complete stop in her track where she's like, hold up.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. Like, you know what I'm saying? But clearly the fatigue of battling this much has kicked in because I feel like after Young Ill's first round, Big K's first round against Young Ill, everything from there to now, the last 8 rounds have just been like, just like below the high level he had reached earlier in the year. And Jazz, six battles this year is the most she's ever had in her career. And for Big K, 6 battles is the second most he's ever had in his career. And you have to go all the way back to 2014 when he's battled more than this. He battled 7 times 2014. This year he battled 1 time less. You know what I'm saying? So
yikes. Yeah, man. Underwhelming main event. Overall, your thoughts of the event. What'd you feel about it? You were in the building for this one too, right?
I definitely enjoyed that I was able to get there at 9. I got there at 8. Battle started at 9. We were out of there by midnight. I definitely enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying?
1 hour delay. Let's not, people gonna get on delays. There definitely was a delay for the battle to start.
There was a 1 hour delay. So I guess on the physical labor side of things, I can see why people like to just be in and out. You know what I'm saying? But the event kind of left me much to be desired. Coffee and Couture definitely was missed on that battle. I think they both would have really set that room ablaze. I feel like we're the only Chrome truth tellers sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And we've been real critical. Chrome's had 10 events so far in their 10 years as a league, and I've been to 9 of them. And I've really enjoyed myself at a few, but more times than not, I'm finding myself just like, you know what I'm saying? The battles don't live up. That's out of Remy's control. Nobody can control what the talents produce, but they've definitely cleaned up a lot of the technical stuff. And I guess you never have a bad time in the building. Like it's very easy to have a good time with bad battles in person. I'm sure at home the experience isn't the same.
Yeah, what was up with all that talking in the building?
The venue was a strange venue because like it was just this one way in, one way out venue, very narrow and a small little platform that had like couches around it. So everybody was like standing on the couches or standing on top of the platforms of the couch. And so like if you weren't in that pit or early in the front, you weren't going to see these battles at all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man, a whole lot of chatter and a whole lot of talking throughout the night. So that kind of threw me off. First battle, you got the QB and E-Hart one. That was good. And then the main event didn't really live up to it like that. So, no. I don't know, man. The event was on, but I think it benefited from being on Friday and also knowing that there were 3 more events to go on that weekend. If this was the only event that went on this weekend, wow. It would have, it definitely would have took a bigger hit. But the fact that it was the first event, there was 3 more, people let their foot off the gas a little bit though. But she's got the formula though, because I will say this, for her events, like you're excited to watch them. There's a certain amount of interest that you have no matter what. And the past few ones, they haven't gone all our way. You had the Yoshi and 40 thing and other battles not happening and homegirl saying round. And so we've had a lot of mishaps happen with Chrome. I'm always tuned in though. There's always this excitement factor. So Remy knows how to sell the product. It's just a matter of now everything just coming together more times than not.
Like if the battles aren't good, I'm not gonna hold it accountable to the league too much unless like they book a match that I didn't like going in. Like if it's a match that's like, yo, I didn't really see this match being able to produce good content. I will be like, all right, see, that wasn't a good battle. But when you bring a card that's good on paper, which a lot of her cards are pretty good on paper, or at least could be interesting on paper, and they just don't, rise to the occasion. Like, you can't control that. You know what I'm saying? There's no guarantee the battle rap content will ever be good. Even when you put two people that you will be like, all right, these are for sure 2 people are gonna have a good performance. You don't know. You just don't know. You can't guarantee that. But man, it's tough, man, because it's just like they show us a lot of hospitality. You know what I'm saying? The Chrome staff always takes care of your boy. They look out, you know what I'm saying? And I show them a lot of love. I always have fun in the building. I always have a good time when I'm there. But when I come home and I got to write these recaps, I'm like, damn, man, like kind of killing this event. But I had fun. And then at the end of the night, when Remy, I got Remy a Christmas gift, you know what I'm saying? We was chopping up. We had some fun. We took a photo for the next over. She was like, you had fun, France? I'm like, yeah, enjoy myself.
It's always fun in the building.
And then she was like, good, I'm glad you enjoy yourself. I'm like, damn it, I feel like that was a seed being planted. Like,
no, man, that was a tracker being planted in your pocket. She be like, France. I see you left your home 17 times in the last 3 days. How's that article, huh? All right. I see you at Duncan's. Ninja. It's gonna be your last macchiato. Be careful.
Yeah. So I mean, look, I'm never shy to tell the truth. I'm never shy to, you know what I'm saying?
Sure ain't, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But there's also a level of just like I want to be just, I don't know, like this things that are in and out of our control sometimes when it comes to these stuff. So you're like, all right, you know what I'm saying? How much can I kill them for this?
Yeah.
And other times it's just like, no, this wasn't good. And we can't say that this was. Like Taz's battle.
All right, man. So overall, this weekend,
Vlad's like, all right, let me get you out of here.
Hey, listen, man, Taz looks like she's been through a lot in life. I don't want no problems at all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I want no headaches, man. Yo, overall though, man, it was a fun, interesting weekend. Thank goodness Mook and Twork happened, and that main event lived up to the hype. I was very happy with that. ibattle in a vacuum had the best content overall, but it's 2 different things. We got the big stage, mad people, a whole production. You know what I'm saying? 3-rounders versus 1-rounders mixed with 3-rounders, and a group of people who were there with one common interest to enjoy things to the fullest. So, 2 different vibes, but definitely happy with that. Queen of the Ring, man. We got some things to get together some more. Come on, we're rooting for you. Get the vibe up, get the ladies going, do your thing. Y'all back, y'all in the mix. You know what I mean? Remy, you got the formula. Now it's just everything has to fall into place together all at once and all that. So all in all, man, good weekend. Thank you, everyone, for rocking with us. Wow, 2 hours and 40 minutes. This was the XL version of the Mega Monday show. If you liked anything that you heard tonight, hit the like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. And last but not least, log on to letstalkbattlerap.com. Follow us on all socials at LTBR Podcast. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
We out of here.